got huge news for you. The countdown is on. Monday Night Raw is coming to Netflix. Starting January 6th, WWE Monday Night Raw will be live every week on Netflix. Live drama, live heroes, live action. The premiere episode on Netflix will feature some of the biggest names in WWE, such as John Cena, undisputed WWE champion, the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and Bianca Belair. There's never been a better time to step into the ring and stream WWE Raw. WWE Monday Night Raw premieres Monday, January 6th at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, live only on Netflix.
Gain a global perspective and specialized skills that many of today's top employers are seeking with an MBA from University of Maryland Global Campus. Study online and complete your degree in just 16 months for about $21K. Choose from MBA specializations in global business, marketing, HR, finance, and more. Classes start January 8th. Apply now and save with no application fee. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by...
It's the Gator Podcast Channel with Frank Frangie and me, Dan Hicken, on all things Gators. Hacker and Denny Thompson have Gator Bites, and you can find them wherever you find podcasts or at 1010XL.com. Presented by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Hacker here, and for the first time in nearly 20 years, I finally get to have a different resolution. Like most of you, mine was always to lose weight. I'd try something for a few weeks, maybe lose a pound or two, and then give up. Well, I tried. Starting the new year with Awaken 180 isn't a try. It's a sure thing. And why will you stick with it? Because instead of a pound or two, you'll see results right out of the gate. We all need motivation. After my first 3 weeks with Awaken 180, I was already down 30 pounds. Granted, I had a lot of weight to lose, but look at Dempsey, look at Matt Hayes. Those guys had results out of the gate too. Dempsey dropped 9 pounds his first week, Matt dropped 12 pounds. Regardless of the weight you need to drop, seeing those fast results will motivate you to reach your goal. Guys, girls, losing weight regardless of how many times you've tried is possible with Awaken 180. Make the sure bet and make 2025 the last time losing weight is your New Year's resolution. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Look out, world, we're getting strong. The future's here and we belong. She can step, she can do more. Like build a rocket and watch it soar. Or clean the oceans and make the world a better place. Oh, she can step, so can you. Find a cure, invent something new. There's no challenge in the world that she can't face. She can STEM. Learn more at She Can STEM. A message brought to you by the Ad Council.
Who won the very first Stanley Cup in hockey? The answer coming up.
We all know that saving money on items like homeowners insurance can be done. Ask your agent about the new Southern Oak Insurance deductible options. It'll save money for you.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
The Montreal Hockey Club defeated the Ottawa Hockey Club in 1894 and won the very first Stanley Cup.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too. From Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you. Call 904-722-1111.
Instant Keys saves the day if you've lost or broken keys. They can program new keys and remotes for nearly every make and model of vehicle at a fraction of the dealership cost. Fast, honest, and reliable locksmith service. Call Instant Keys, 722-1111.
Tailgate special alert. 3 pounds of marinated chicken, 2 pounds of marinated steak tips, 2 pounds of fresh ground beef, and 2 pounds of homemade sausage for only $80 to feed your crew.
For tasty tips and juicy breasts, choose Southern Steer Butcher.
If your home is missing a little love, the Jacksonville Humane Society has plenty to spare. With over 100 good boys and girls of all ages and breeds looking for loving homes, you're sure to find the perfect pet for your place at jaxhumane.org.
The station that covers the Jaguars day in and day out. WJXL AM and FM, Jacksonville Beach. This is 1010XL, home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. 1010XL. Home of the Florida Gators.
1010XL celebrates high scorers.
1010XL and Southeast Orthopedic Specialists celebrate scholar athletes.
In class and on the court.
Brought to you by the Plumbers and Pipefitters Local Union 234. Wednesdays on The Frangie Show.
At Hodges Mazda, they are proud of their solid reputation in the Jacksonville community. Lauren Brooks here as your hometown Mazda dealer. Their high customer service standards and their huge inventory of new and used cars provide their customers a consistently first-rate car buying experience. Their professional non-commissioned sales team puts your best interest first without exception. And all new car purchases include the Hodges Mazda Protection Plan. Visit Hodges Mazda online at HodgesMazda.com or stop in today during Mazda's A Season to Move You event and discover the Hodges Mazda difference.
Hey, Florida drivers, the holiday season is upon us. When celebrating, always plan ahead and know all your options. If you drink, don't get behind the wheel. Instead, designate a sober driver or catch a ride service. And if you are the designated sober driver, commit to staying sober. Besides, a DUI could cost you $10,000. Not exactly the best gift you could give yourself. Celebrate responsibly and remember to drive sober or get pulled over. This message brought to you by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Dave Benyon here with Zero Res. Did you know that Zero Res does an excellent job of cleaning commercial carpet? We clean hundreds of businesses and churches all over town. If your carpet is due for a good cleaning, give Zero Res a call. For 1 week only, December 26th through the 31st, we are offering 20% off on all commercial carpet cleaning. We will be glad to come do a free estimate. Give us a call and take advantage of this great deal during the Christmas break. That's 20% off on all commercial carpet cleaning. Zero Res spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
This is Mark Nato. My son Justin injured his hand playing baseball for JU. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists performed surgery just a few days later, and within 5 weeks, he was cleared to play in the ASUN baseball tournament. Our family has trusted Southeast Orthopedic Specialists for years. For any orthopedic injury, let Southeast Orthopedic Specialists take care of you too.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwood Jewelers. Clayton, why is it that when you look at how long a store has been in business, that it always seems to be the stores like Underwood's that sell fine quality that have been around the longest?
Frank, that's a question that really doesn't get asked a lot, but it should be. There are a number of reasons, but probably the biggest is because of the endorsements our longtime customers and their pieces of jewelry have given us through the years. You see, when you sell really fine quality jewelry, that piece will last longer and always stay beautiful. It might stay in the same family for generations. And through those years of wear, a lot of compliments will be made and a lot of people will be told where the piece of jewelry came from. You see, at a store like Underwood's, it's our stated goal to be the best jeweler in the South, not the biggest. So everything we do and carry has to help move us toward that goal. And ultimately, it's the satisfied customers wearing fine quality jewelry that have kept Underwood's in Jacksonville since 1928.
Underwood's in San Marco, Avondale, and the shops of Ponte Vedra.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Coogan Nation. Time to rise and shine and start your day with Duval Sports Media Big Steppers. Dan Hicken.
You know it!
Jeff Proctor.
It's a big deal.
Gosh, it sure is a big deal.
And E to the T.
E.T. is in the booth.
Rise and shine, Coogan. Go time. On a Tuesday morning, it's Catlin Truck Accessories Tuesday as we've been due to 2024. Oh, disastrous football season for so many of you out there, and it extends beyond the Jags. Talk a lot of football. The college football playoffs start tonight. Are you as jacked as I am? Wow.
You got to be a real sports head like you.
I mean, the next 36 hours, man, for me, man, this is Shangri-La. I don't know what I can get away with Mississippi at home. You know, we'll see. But, man, it starts tonight, Penn State, Boise. Be careful, Penn State.
Yeah.
Listen, Boise's inclusion in the field, I was okay with. I mean, I've railed against some of the ones I thought shouldn't be in, and two of those. I don't think Boise should be seated where they are. But if they beat Penn State, who's a 6th seed?
That'll change your mind?
No, but it'll more justify Well, there's no justification for putting those conferences in those top 4 seeds. That was just silly. It would have been better doing it the other way. I think that's a change that might be implemented either way. But, I don't think Arizona State can beat Texas. I could be wrong. But Boise's a good football team, right? With one of the best players in the country. And the fact that they get to play that game at home is such an added advantage boost that's what makes the upset possible. If Boise was going to Penn State, I wouldn't give them much of a chance, to be honest. I'd give them a chance, but not much of one. So that'll get things started off tonight, and then we've got a triple header tomorrow. Georgia plays the night game against Notre Dame. I'm curious why Georgia's favored in the game. Look.
Name brand, maybe?
Well, they lost their quarterback.
Ooh.
I mean, Carson Beck has been the last 2 years, everything that Georgia has done. And listen, you can, be critical of Carson Beck in certain areas as much as you want, but at the end of the day, they're SEC champions. They've lost their quarterback. They're going to have to turn to a completely inexperienced quarterback now. If there's a program in the country right now that can sustain that and let Kirby get in their ear for 2 weeks, rally them around Gunnar Stockton, do everything else right, and Georgia can win the game, don't get me wrong, but I'm surprised that losing a quarterback still leaves you a 1-point favorite.
Didn't we say Kirby's did the best job as far as coaching this year, right?
There are a lot of people that think that he did his best coaching job this year.
Then there you go.
Well, and look, he's at his best from the motivational standpoint. I mean, listen, you've seen those viral, not supposed to be seen addresses of his team, right?
Yes.
Y'all seen those? Yeah, not for little ears. Gives you understanding of what the intensity level is like with those expectations. So that's fascinating game tomorrow. But looking forward to talking all 4 of the college football playoff matchups. And, of course, we got the Gator Bowl coming up on Thursday night, right? But we'll be back on the air Thursday morning reviewing all that happens. Certainly want to wish everybody a Happy New Year. Go ahead and do that now. Get that list. Make sure it's a good one, right? And the resolutions are kind of silly to a degree. All they do is set you up for failure. And it's not your resolution shouldn't be about doing it until you fail it and then bye-bye with it, right? If you have a resolution about something, it's something within the framework of your life that you want to do better or and it could be anything. It could be a variety of things. So the first time you fail at it, that's not the idea. That's not resolute at all now, is it? So anyway, Happy New Year to everyone as hopefully 2025 will bring us a better Jaguars season, right? Hard to believe, though, watching Monday Night Football last night that the mighty San Francisco 49ers Super Bowl team from a year ago, just 2 games better than us.
That's crazy, ain't it?
6-10 versus 4-12 as the Niners continue their free fall at the end of the year. Listen, it's certainly understandable. No Brandon Ayuk, no Christian McCaffrey. No Trent Williams, left tackle. They're down their backup running backs, even their third stringer. Last night, Garendo was hurt. It can only do so much. It's been a real good year for Kittle. Asked to step up in all these absences. He has had a really good year. But, yeah, the Niners, 6-10. That Lions offense, boy, they are tough. Detroit did something last night. Shazam ain't been done since 2020. They won every road game this year, E.
Hold on, what?
Yeah. Went undefeated on the road.
Wow.
Boys are 14-2 and have not lost away from home. That's crazy. But the last team to do it did not win the Super Bowl. It's Kansas City in 2020. You remember that game? They lost to Tommy Terrific and the Bucks. So, but that Detroit offense, I mean, they lose David Montgomery. It doesn't seem to matter, does it? You know who's starting to come into his own? Looks like it's going to be
9.
Yes, Jameson Williams.
Oh my goodness, he's a baller.
Yeah, he's coming. Yeah, he's coming. He's a weapon. He's got some gadgetry to him too, right? We saw him on a reverse last night. We saw him also on that hook and ladder play that they ran.
Beautiful.
Yeah, they're creative. And
you know what's crazy, Jet?
What's that?
That offensive coordinator, he called plays.
Oh yeah, yeah. I guess the questions around Ben Johnson are you presidential? Are you head coach? There's a lot more than being a play caller. Can you Mike McDaniel, and you get that Mike McDaniel comparison. It's your personality to lead a group. And I'm not saying it's not. I don't know Ben Johnson from Adam, so I know the results. And I know that he will be a head coach next year somewhere if he wants to be. And if the Jaguars elect to go down that path, we shall see. But I don't think anyone would be disappointed to get that creativity, that documented development. And one of our favorite sons, I bet, would come home along with him.
Oh, it would be beautiful.
Yeah, that would be fantastic. So anyway, I give the Jacks credit for one thing. I was thinking about this. And as ragtag and motley as they are right now, they're fighting, trying to win football games, trying to execute, and to that end, it was enough to win pretty decisively and comfortably. I know the Titans got within a touchdown in the fourth, and maybe that would make you nervous, but overall, the Jaguars controlled that football game. And listen, there was also this. I wasn't here last week. Did you guys talk about this? This stat surprised me. I noticed it after the fact.
Talk to me.
That the Titans have the number one pass defense in the league?
No, we ain't even touched that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and the Titans, and they're over, or maybe it was 3. I don't know, but their overall defense is actually pretty good for a terrible football team, especially when they gave up 41, I think, last week before they came to town. But yeah, unless it was a misprint, I kind of go back through some old pamphlets while I was gone, see, just make sure what's going on locally, and I was kind of looking at the game preview. The game that I already know. That's how demented I am. I'm reading a game preview of a game that I already know how it went. But anyway, in the statistical matchup, it showed that, and it surprised me. And I don't feel like going to ESPN and confirming. So just roll with me. I thought of you yesterday afternoon, bro. It wasn't exactly in a good way.
Did you have some Hennessy and made you sick?
You know what? Right neighborhood, wrong street.
Okay, tell us.
So it's early afternoon, and Miss Pete and I decide we're going to go hit the pickleball around.
Oh,
yeah. So first things first. I don't know if I don't want to start a trend here. I don't know if there's any like culture clash between tennis and pickleball, but I know when we try to go to the local pickleball court and there's 12 of them, we can't get on one. So we ride over to the tennis court, which is a ghost town. And we just to hit, right? We're not playing some competitive game. It's not
right.
It's not much different.
It's like pitch and catch.
That's right. Just to get out and hit it around. And it's basically, I mean, you can almost, use the dimensions anyway. It's not like we're out there playing singles, bro. But we're just hitting along and playing great and getting a little warmed up. And there's a ball that's going to be a little short and right of me. And being the athlete I am, I stop, I pivot, I explode to the ball when I feel it. Feel a little tinge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get the snap. I didn't get the pop.
Uh-huh.
But I felt that little strain in the Achilles in that left foot. I felt it.
Out of stretch,
man.
man.
Felt a little strain in that Achilles, that explosive athletic ability that I still maintain. In other words, fat boy again, late to the ball. Lunging. I've got to see that on video. Would not be pretty.
Oh, man.
But I had to pull up lane for half a second, but she's all good. But man, just for half of a second, when I first felt that there was anything different, that would not have been good.
People know how that game went whenever we were playing? Like your team was up, right? When we were playing?
Yeah.
It was a competitive match.
That was fun. It's a fun. Listen, I'm all on board. In fact, y'all are missing the boat out there. Anybody developing, y'all need to be putting pickleball courts in, man.
Absolutely.
If there are tennis courts out there, half of them need to be converted. If you got a public park, then that's an easy conversion. There needs to be more pickleball facilities. The supply, the demand right now is greater than the availability, quite frankly. So, listen. Shout out to the Sports Council downtown. How about this idea? Make Jacksonville the pickleball capital of the world. Do something,
like
right? Anyway, it's fun. I think it's easy to get out and about. It's so easy. You know what? People ask what the best comparison for pickleball is.
What would you say?
It's a combination between. I think it's most like this, even though the ball is different. But y'all ever play that paddleball game at the beach? It's got like that little rubber ball, and you got the big wooden paddles, and you just kind of bang it back and forth to each other. Pickleball's got a lot of that in it, and then it's got naturally some tennis. But it's a smaller court, and you don't have to be some elite athlete to knock that ball back and forth with just a little bit of practice. So anyway, I digress. I thought I had an Achilles scare yesterday. I didn't. And I got to give a shout out to Duval. Okay, all right. This is a stat that we should be proud of. Let's keep them holstered today. But we're gonna have our lowest amount of homicides in Duval in like 15 years, I think I read. Which is, I'm being serious here. That is an encouraging stat. Keep it up. Lower it again next year and the next year and the next year. Life's valuable, man. Very, very valuable. All right, let's take our first time out. Let's come back on the other side, dive back into the percolating sports world. Set the table for you here on a Catlin Truck Accessories Tuesday. So glad you're up and at 'em with us. 641-1010, that's the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Also reach out and touch us in the studio if you dare. Be back with more next on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. English is their second language. Their native tongue is teal and black. Let's go! Mike Dempsey and Fat Tony bring you Jaguars Today.
From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios.
10 to noon on 1010XL.
Toyotathon is on at Arlington Toyota, but not for long. The final days of Toyotathon are here, and you don't want to miss financing as low as 0% on select new models. Plus, you get Arlington's 60-day exchange program and lifetime warranty with your new Toyota purchase. It's the final days of Toyotathon, so get to Arlington Toyota and save today. Shop in person, 10939 Atlantic Boulevard, or online anytime at arlingtontoyota.com.
Making a difference in our community for 2025, Paul Martinez here, President and CEO of the Boys and Girls Clubs of Northeast Florida. The Boys and Girls Clubs offers a safe environment to youth every day with homework assistance, a hot meal, career readiness, and character and leadership programs. 57% of club alumni say the Boys and Girls Club saved their lives. Help us grow our outreach as we serve the kids in our community throughout our 59 clubs. Go to bgcnf.org to donate and learn more.
Bueller Air and Plumbing presents Are You Cool?
Today's contestant, a professional stamp licker from Jacksonville, Florida, meet Martin Celery.
Oh, gosh. I can't wait to play, Bob.
Well, let's move things along. Tell him what he's won, Johnny.
Wait, but
That's right, Marty. At Bueller Air and Plumbing, we've stocked up on the remaining inventory of low-cost 2024 model air conditioners. So you win. We're passing the savings on to you.
Can I answer a question first?
We need to make room for the 25s, so we're offering great deals on AC replacements while supplies last.
Could I spin the wheel at least? I've been practicing for a year.
With last-minute deals like this, there's no question that you are cool.
What do I tell my kids?
There you go. Have a souvenir t-shirt.
Thanks.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Jeff Lageman here. Now that football season is here, make sure your ride can get to that tailgate or away game safely and dependably. You can trust the ASC certified professionals at any of the 27 independently owned Napa Auto Care Centers and the quality Napa parts they use. Napa Auto Care Centers can handle everything: oil changes, air conditioning, brakes, engines, transmissions, and more. Napa Auto Care offers a nationwide 24-month, 24,000-mile peace-of-mind warranty on those repairs. Find a Napa Auto Care Center near you. JacksNapaAutoCareGroup.com.
Everything about the game has changed, except for the most important thing. What you have inside. It is what drives the game. It refuses to be ignored. It sweats everything, turns an athlete into a legend. Gatorade, is it in you?
From Gatorade Zero to Gatorade Endurance Formula and Gator Light, there's something for every athlete. Find it at your local Winn-Dixie. It's a win-win. Gatorade, official partner of the NFL.
I open the door and take you inside the locker room to get you closer to the field, the players and coaches you care about.
Get a look at Hayes' blog on 1010XL.com.
My blog is brought to you by Roland Reach Plumbing,
where quality and experience count.
Homeowners, listen up. Did you know that 9 out of 10 borrowers get a better deal by calling Loan Pronto? Hey, it's Prosser here, and the Fed has dropped the rates again. The election is over, and Loan Pronto has APRs in the low 5s for refis, debt consolidation, and purchase loans. If your current mortgage rate is over 6%, or if you're in the process with another lender, don't settle. Call Loan Pronto now for a second opinion. Lock a lower rate today and close in as little as 2 weeks, often with no appraisal. And if you act now, you won't make your first payment till February. This 5-minute call saves homeowners an average of $5,000, lower rates and lower fees. So get your Loan Pronto rate quote instantly with no hard credit pull and no upfront fees like those other guys. It's Loan Pronto. Call them at 904-999-1508, or you can visit loanpronto.com. That's Loan Pronto at 904-999-1508, loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, on approved credit, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Elbow pain, whether acute or chronic, can make it difficult to do normal activities like playing sports, doing household chores, or even sleeping comfortably. Dr. George Vari here, and no one wants to deal with pain without solutions on how to feel better. We've all heard of tennis and golfer's elbow, but there's plenty more that can cause pain, like osteoarthritis, muscle tears, and nerve entrapment. All are treatable at Vari Orthopedics. Getting you back to full health is our mission, and there's a number of different treatment options we can offer. Call us today or visit VariOrthopedics.com.
Universal Roof and Contracting presents the Offensive Player of the Game. Universal Roof and Contracting. The difference is universal.
Brian Thomas Jr. once again showed his dominance on Sunday. The phenomenal one recorded 91 yards on 7 receptions and had a touchdown in what was a remarkable showing. BTJ has been the MVP for this ball club and is your Universal Roof and Contracting Offensive Player of the Game.
This holiday season, Universal Roof and Contracting is making it easy to check roof repairs off your list. Get 15% off roof repairs or replacement, plus a $250 gift card to brighten your holiday shopping. Get flexible financing with payments as low as $150 a month and free roof inspections. Secure your home and your savings today. Call 855-ROOF-HELP or visit universalroof.com. License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Get up, get up. Today, probably, I think the most requested and then thus taken off days all year long, they got to be between last Christmas and this New Year's, right? The way it just kind of bookends into each side, right?
Because it landed on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Working this, I don't mind a Wednesday off day. I don't know. Listen, when you get that one day off that's stuck somewhere in the middle, some of you get, Veterans Day on a Tuesday. Sometimes the days will fall on different days. Most of them, they'll put around the weekend, whether it's 4th of July, not always, or Memorial Day. It was always going to be on a Monday. Labor Day is always going to be on a Monday. July 4th, I guess, can fall in the middle. We get that sometimes.
Yeah. I
kind of like it in the middle, though. You do 2 days, take a day off, you come back 2 days, and there you go. Boom, bada bing, we're into the weekend. So it's a weekend that's going to have a fantastic finish in the NFL. This Vikings-Lions showdown, I give Dan Campbell credit for one thing. And again, I still say some of these meathead decisions when it comes to, down and distance or taking points is going to cost them in the biggest moment against the best teams that they'll be playing, in the postseason. But they and the Vikings, who are just so totally unexpectedly in the Super Bowl hunt with Sam Darnold after already deciding, by the way, to go a different direction at quarterback. Kirk Cousins had a lot of success in Minnesota. And turn it over, it would appear, to a rookie. J.J. McCarthy, a rookie from Michigan. He gets hurt. You're left with Sam Darnold, who has just been, look, man, it's if you're going to use the metaphor trash or treasure, he ain't been treasure. He bounced around the league, failed miserably with the Jets. The famous quote, I'm seeing ghosts out there. From there to Carolina, where he lost a quarterback battle with Baker Mayfield, who then, as I recall, couldn't hold the job himself.
Did he play in Carolina, Darnold?
I'm pretty sure he played. Look up his numbers. Okay. I think he actually was intended to be the starter. I don't know. It was he and Mayfield, as I recall, both on that roster, battling for that job. Baker shot to stardom, a year ahead of Darnold. So Darnold fails in Carolina. From there, he goes to San Francisco, where he just settles in as a backup. I don't know, maybe recalibrated. And he's got some sort of groove going with that coach. There's just no way around that. That is a really good coach up there. But here are the Lions and the Vikings each 14-2. Dan Campbell and the Lions didn't have to win last night, didn't need to play his starters, risk even more injury. That defense is battered, and they're without David Montgomery in the backfield, and he's been a terrific part of that offense the last 2 years. They already set the franchise record for wins last week, just added to it with their 14th this week. But the point was they didn't need to win last night. It didn't matter. Whatever, they're going to win the division and be the top seed depending on this season finale, whether or not they won last night. But Dan Campbell wants to win. All right, what you got in there on Darnold?
Sam Darnold made his first start for the Panthers on September 12th, 2021.
Yeah.
Facing his former team, the Jets, he threw for 279 passing yards and a touchdown, as well as a rushing touchdown. They won 19-14 against the Saints. Darnold threw for 305 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Well, what happened?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. So as the Panthers won 26-7 against the Texans, Darnold threw for 304 yards and rushed for 2 touchdowns as the Panthers won 24-9. Darnold suffered a fractured scapula during the Panthers' 24-6 loss against the Patriots, which threw Mayfield, because he was out for 4 to 6 weeks. So that's what happened. He lost to
So
Mayfield.
were those the best of his early games, or were those his first 4 or 5 games?
Those were the first games.
Oh.
And then he went on injured reserve.
It's a little different story, isn't it?
Right? So he was playing all right. He returned Christmas. Rule told me that Darnold will return from IR. He and Cam Newton would share playing time. Now, when I say Cam Newton.
They brought Cam back for Baker, because I said Baker flamed out. I don't know if he got hurt or couldn't hold the job. Baker played hurt for a couple of years, including last year. So while Darnold wasn't, I guess maybe they started to see the signs.
Right, maybe. Was he on that
maybe, and then he went to San Francisco and got forgotten about because he just assumed the backup position. I guess no one saw enough in those first 4 to give Sam Darnold their starting job at the time. And let's be clear, Minnesota didn't bring him in to be the starter either. But the fact that those were the first 4, I mean, you gave me 2 or 3 300-yard games. You gave me 3 or 4 rushing touchdowns. You gave me wins. Wow. There's something every day, gang.
Right.
You're welcome. Right here. A little morning coffee note for you, courtesy of The Drill. Interesting. Well, the number 1 seed will come down to Lions-Vikings coming up on Sunday night. The playoff picture is pretty clear. There's really not much to be determined. That top seed in the NFC, that'll go to the winner of the Vikings and the Lions. Atlanta has an outside shot, but the Bucs have to lose to the Saints, and that's not happening. So Bucs are going to win the South this weekend. But if the Bucs should somehow stumble to this, I guess crazy things happen on that last week. Terrible teams beat good teams. It happens. But if the rarity occurs, then Atlanta would have to beat Carolina for the other NFC spot to be claimed. Over in the AFC, there's a little bit more at stake. If you're looking, though, for that last spot, it's down to 3 teams, and the Broncos hold the edge. You know, this is interesting, though. If you're a contender, in the AFC, who do you not want to see of those 3? Broncos, Dolphins, Bengals.
I don't want to see the Bengals.
Of course not. You don't want to see the Bengals. So the Bengals play the Steelers, I think Saturday night. Is that right? Can you check that for me? Just making sure it's not I think it's Saturday night. I'm almost positive. Or it's either that or it's the early game on Sunday. Is there a Saturday night game or no? You hear the whirring of the Google machine. What do we got here?
Okay.
NFL scores, boom, we're there, and
Saturday, Browns, Ravens.
Okay.
Bengals, Steelers.
Okay.
Saturday at 8 o'clock.
All right, so my point is this. The thought would be this. The Chiefs have nothing to play for. They play the Broncos this weekend in Denver. Right? There's no reason for Patrick Mahomes to play. There's no reason to risk any injury. Now, I imagine they'll play some, but the Chiefs' impetus to win this football game, at Mile High would be very, very, very low. It just doesn't matter. You're not going to see Andy Reid go, all in like you saw Dan Campbell, where things are still to be decided. The Chiefs have everything wrapped up, the top seed, okay? Let's say the Bengals beat the Steelers on Saturday night, and you know that already going in. And if you're the Chiefs, you now know that if you lose to the Broncos, you may very well allow the Bengals into the postseason. Is the force that strong that you would change your attitude on how must-win the game is? Now, there's still another safety valve. The Bengals are third in line. If the Broncos win, they're in. If the Broncos lose and the Dolphins win, they're in. And the Dolphins, is it the Jets, I think? Dolphins have what I would have considered a layup just going by. What do we? Yeah, the Dolphins, well, it's at the Jets, though. Dolphins at the Jets. Dicey. Get a little cold weather up there. We know how the fish doing that one right now. Projected temp 33 degrees. That won't bode well.
Aaron Rodgers is trash, though.
Yeah. I hear you. Dolphins aren't exactly blowing anyone away. And again, the last throwaway game, we'll see. If the Bengals win Saturday night, though, I think it'll get the attention of the league. Now, in particular, it would be the Chiefs. Now, Dolphins, what do we got here? Chiefs, Broncos play the same time as the Dolphins. So they won't know that. If you're the Chiefs and you know that the Bengals have won and the Dolphins have lost, are you playing to win that game to keep the Bengals out?
As a competitor, yeah, but as like a coach, I'm probably not.
You don't care, right? Let the Bengals get there. Oh, well, we'll deal with it. I don't know.
Let the young boys play.
Didn't Bengals Chiefs play a game early in the year that the Chiefs had to hit a 50-something yarder there as time expired to win?
If I recall,
yeah,
I think so.
yeah. I feel like the Chiefs host. Remember, the Chiefs had that stretch early in the year. They're playing really good teams, and they were just winning every week. Kansas City opening against Baltimore won 27-20. Yeah, then against the Bengals, hit a last-second 50-something yarder and beat them 26-25. So it's not like it was tied, and that was to take the lead. They won at Atlanta. Remember, it was a Sunday night game, and they got away with a pass interference in the end zone, but they won by 5. Then they won at the Chargers. They won at the Niners when they were still good, 28-18. Beat the Bucs at home, another playoff team. Beat Houston a couple of weeks ago. They just won at Pittsburgh. Golly, man. Y'all sure the Chiefs can't win it again?
I know, right?
They were just kind of they've had a lot of close games. Let's see.
Well, they rolling right now.
Yeah, one-score games. They're 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, 4-0, 5-0, 6-0. 7-0 if you count 8 as a one-score game. In today's wacky NFL, 8's kind of a standard touchdown, isn't it? They seem to always go for 2. All right, from the coaches that are having excellent years, the franchises that are pointed towards the playoffs, to our Jaguars, who, by the way, did guarantee 3rd place. All that does is make the schedule a little tougher next year. It really is a double-edged sword when you win late in the year and you're a bad team. Your draft position gets worse and your potential schedule difficulty gets harder. But that schedule difficulty year to year, boy, that can not mean much anyway. Not so here. And look, you know the rumblings. Everybody there knows the deal. Not inside the building. I don't know if it's palpable or not, but gosh, there has to be at least a little bit of sense of dead man walking to a degree. This season has gone so off the rails, and the whole thing just seems so unsalvageable at this point. So, Doug Peterson, have you had to talk with your coaches in terms of just kind of keeping them focused through the uncertainty?
Yeah, you know, you have. For me, it's more about just having some one-off conversations. I don't get them together and say, hey guys, this is what needs. I mean, you know, we're adults and we understand. We see we see what's being written, what's being said. And listen, it's, you know, obviously we put ourselves in, you know, and I'm the leader of that ship, right? So they're the captain of that ship. So I mean, obviously we've put ourselves in this situation. So just having one-off conversations and trying to, you know, for me still to encourage them as well. You know, and get them to understand that, hey, we got a lot to play for and coach for, and you know, you put your best foot forward and you give it everything you have during the week, and then when you're rewarded like we were today, just makes it, you know, it makes it sweeter.
All right, so there's Doug Peterson, whose football team got their 4th win of the season at home against the Titans this weekend. Chance to go 4-2 against the division, and man, really close to winning those 2 Texans games. Really close. Gosh, so close. A season that's so terrible, man. There's literally 4 or 5 plays, and that's just half of the opportunity. I'm not saying hit them all. If we could have just done league average and hit half of these one-score games, we'd probably be in the hunt graphic going into this weekend, man. Terrible. Well, the Jets are going to have a coaching search, right? Well, yeah, we'll table what we discussed and we'll move on. We'll let you hear from Trayvon Walker quickly when we come back on the other side. And also in a football fix, the Jets obviously have a coaching search to take place. Apparently, they feel like this coaching search is taking place in 2005 and not 2025. I'll explain when we come back on the other side. All the news from the National Football League, all bundled up for you when we return. You're listening to The Drill. It's a Catlin Truck Accessories Tuesday on 1010XL.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
This is Brent Musburger's Visa in Action update on 1010XL. Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. When you're stuck, call the Duck. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
The second round of the college football playoff getting underway this evening with the Fiesta Bowl as the 6-seed Penn State matches up against the 3-seed Boise State. Penn State is an 11.5-point favorite, the over-under at 53.5. And then the other three college football playoff second-round matchups will be coming up tomorrow. Texas, a 13-point favorite against Arizona State in the Peach Bowl, over-under 51.5. Ohio State, they are a 2.5-point favorite as they match up against Oregon in the Rose Bowl. The over-under for that game has been set at 55.5. And Georgia is a 1-point favorite against Notre Dame in the Sugar Bowl with an over-under at 45.5. I'm Matt Pauley. This has been your action update on 1010XL.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Cigar smokers, All Pro Lyman Leon Cersei here for my favorite spot, Cigars International. The Cigars International Superstore is now open at the Town Center, a massive 6,200 square feet with over 600 cigar brands, a full-service bar, and indoor and outdoor lounges with flat-screen TVs. Give their old-fashioned a try. It's the best that I've ever had. Follow on social for holiday specials and events. Cigars International is now open at the Town Center.
Hey, Florida drivers, the holiday season is upon us. When celebrating, always plan ahead and know all your options. If you drink, don't get behind the wheel. Instead, designate a sober driver or catch a ride service. And if you are the designated sober driver, commit to staying sober. Besides, a DUI could cost you $10,000. Not exactly the best gift you could give yourself. Celebrate responsibly and remember to drive sober or get pulled over. This message brought to you by the Florida Department of Transportation.
While other books make promises, MyBookie delivers. E.T. here for MyBookie. In this holiday season, they're stacking the deck and your favor with 12 days of Christmas now through the 31st. A festive lineup of can't-miss opportunities for bettors to cash in. Risk-free Thursdays, Super Boost, and free bets. Weekly casino giveaways with hundreds of winners and thousands in cash prizes. All it takes is a 50-cent spin on slots to enter. With the road to New Orleans, bowl games galore, and Christmas Day sports feast featuring NFL action and an NBA doubleheader, this is your season to cash in. The 12 Days of Christmas event is live right now, so don't wait. Lock in today. Use my promo code 1010XL for your first deposit, and MyBookie will give you a little extra to start the holiday hot. MyBookie is offering a 50% deposit bonus for 1010XL listeners. Just sign up using my promo code 1010XL. Whether it's UFC, NFL, college ball, or the casino, you can bet and win with confidence. Make your holiday season a jolly one with MyBookie. Come on, somebody.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
You don't have to be a football star to get a signing bonus. The team at Republic Services needs your skills, and they're paying up to $5,000 for you to join the roster. You'll be joining a winner. As an essential business, the Republic Services trucks have not stopped rolling with hourly and weekly pay and better benefits and vacation packages than the rest of the league. Driver trainees, $1,000 sign-on bonus. CDL drivers, $3,000. Diesel mechanics, $5,000 bonus. Join the winning team at Republic Services today. Visit republicservices.com.
Equal opportunity employer.
You don't think this would be a good moment to text somebody?
There's never a bad moment to share your opinion on the 1010XL text line. Designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Share your opinion
As soon as possible.
at 641-1010.
Calling all fun-loving citizens of Northeast Florida. Freedom Boat Club needs your help. Lisa the Botanista has gone missing. She left a note that said, "Gone boating." But here's the thing. Freedom Boat Club has 4 local locations, Julington Creek, Jack's Beach, and 2 in St. Augustine, and over 400 locations across the world. That's a lot of water to cover. Is she water skiing on the Ozarks, whale watching in the Pacific, or island hopping in Spain? Or hiding right here at the Black Creek Rope Swing, or docking at the Conch House? Wait, has anyone checked Fort George Island? Too much to do on the water. So Freedom Boat Club is offering our best discount of all time, so you can help search. You simply make your reservation, show up, and have fun. I gotta go. I'm hopping on a boat to the fish camp for live music and lunch. Maybe I'll find the Botanista there. Or better yet, maybe you'll join us with the best discount ever and enjoy boating made simple. Don't blame us when you start playing hooky too. Visit freedomboatclub.com.
Now the Performance Painting High Performance Play of the Game. Performance Painting. Prepare, protect, preserve.
The Titans learned a valuable lesson when it comes to defending Brian Thomas Jr. No matter how hard they try, their arms are simply too short to box with a football god. Matt Jones would find the rookie wide out for an incredible highlight-grabbing TD, making the score 20-13 with 7:05 left in regulation. The BTJ score is your Performance Painting Play of the Game.
Does the building you go to work in every day need a little love and attention? Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Great companies take great care of the buildings their staff and customers walk into every day. If the building you're in doesn't match the vision you have for your company, we can help. Go to performance-painting.com. Our highly trained team makes the difference. Quality coatings applied with pride.
Performance Painting.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
Jag head coach Doug Peterson expressed one silver lining of the season was the team record in conference play.
We'd be proud. We'd be proud to be 4-2. I think it'd be 3 years in a row.
The Jag head coach also says the disappointing season was a collective effort.
I don't want to put it all on, you don't put it all on the players. You don't put it all on the coaches. I think we're all in this thing together. We got to look at this thing, I think, big picture.
Jaguar center Mitch Morris verified the good vibes after the win against Tennessee and looked ahead to facing Indy.
It was a great experience being in that locker room after a win like that. And then we understand we're going into a hostile environment against a divisional opponent, and we all want to end on a win.
At your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguar Update, I'm Sam Nelson.
XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Work hard, play hard, work hard, play hard.
Well, it just goes to show you that the guys in this locker room, we play this game of football for the right reasons. Obviously, because we love the game of football, and then we love playing for each other. We don't go to work every day just to come out on Sundays and half-ass things. We come to win, and that's what we're doing. We just stand together as a collective unit and continuously going, no matter the circumstances.
But I was just on a plane, player buying gear. That is Trayvon Walker of your Jacksonville Jaguars. And yeah, again, we said that before. You play hard. Some certain things, certain characteristics have to go over year to year. And if you have those that aren't, weed them out, get better, and but keep playing hard. And if it means winning, then, I don't think the team that's in the locker room right now cares much about draft position or next year's schedule. They want to win football games, right? And at least to that end, they've won a couple in the last month. I've been able to say that a ton. Josh Allen picked up a sack this weekend, now up to 8. Chasing, I think, the franchise record. Where is Josh Allen in that chase for the Jaguars' franchise record in sacks? Picked up his 8th this weekend. Really may have had his best game of the week. That's another guy obviously playing hard on the season. Walker, who you just heard from, had a pretty good year. 9.5 sacks, 12 tackles for loss. Josh Hines-Allen, 8 sacks, 10 tackles for loss. Trayvon Walker's forced 2 fumbles. Josh Allen has forced 1.
Oh, if I'm reading this correctly.
Did he just break it?
No. He's 53 behind Tony Brackens, who has 55.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, the chase is on. Yeah, got 1 the other day, and could come this weekend against the Colts. We'll see. But 9.5 to 8, really, Trayvon Walker's had a better year than Josh Hines-Allen. But I got to be honest, man. Part of the mind-numbing headache of this season has been watching the defensive rotation, and they just can't make it make sense for me. It just never makes sense to me. If you there was a down and distance, maybe it was the Texans. It was like 3rd and 16, and we don't have Josh Hines-Allen or Trayvon Walker on the football field.
That's crazy.
That's just, I'm sorry. That's like fireable. That's just dumb. It's no different than if you're 3rd and 4 at the opponent's 22-yard line that you bring your punter to play quarterback. You're trying to stop the team. They're your 2 best players. What? There's no world on a passing down where they shouldn't both be in there and Armstead slide inside. I don't know dink about football. I can tell you that, right? Anyway, that's where we stand heading into the finale. And Josh Allen and the team's playing hard, so who knows? We'll see what happens. You know who's 3rd now on the Jaguars in sacks? We finally have a new 3rd place spot on the sack list.
Is it Mason Smith?
Mason Smith now has got 3. Only played 10 games, got 3 sacks. 3 tackles for loss. Roy Robertson Harris with that 2, still holding strong, tied for 4th. Played 6 games for the team. Armstead, also known as Dead Money, he had 2. Ledbetter has 2. Oh. Now, let's see how the sack bet would be going. What was it last year, 35? I think I'd be losing. I think I'm going to lose it this year. We didn't run it back here. They got 31, man. How nervous would that be? Last year was late in the year, and I was behind pace. I only had like 31 with 2 games to go. I needed 2 a game, and I think it was the Panthers came in. They got like 6 or 7 and put me over the total. But we didn't make the sack bet this year. I don't have that to worry about. No, instead, it's the Friday 5-pack pillow fight that we've been having. All right, I made my morning walk through the kitchen, E.T. Here's what I've discovered for us.
What'd you peep?
Well,
I'm going to see if the same thing you noticed, I noticed.
Yeah, I think they are, and then there's going to come the question. I think I know the answer, but if the donuts are left in the box covered, right? Like, we'll come in some days, and there'll be a couple of straggling donuts, but the box will be open. One of them
we don't want no parts of that.
One may be broken in half, right? One of those deals. But if you've got 2, granted, day-old donuts back in the corner, you can see where they were initially placed by the donut employee, as it were.
It's like, what do you do with that?
There's a part of me that thinks I put it on a paper plate, zap it for 7 seconds, and enjoy a donut this morning. Yeah? You feel me?
Yes.
Did you
got to analyze the donut. You like, nobody touches donut.
That's right. You got to put it through the analytics. Right. We don't go for 4th and 2 here. If the donuts have been picked over and they're in half and the box is wide open, we punt. That's right. But if the box is closed and the donuts, you can tell they're still stuck in the spots they put them in, it means they haven't been,
look at analytics,
rummaged around. All right, let me listen. New year, same old dumb brain. I forgot the game's not at Boise, so never mind. The game's not at Boise. It's their neutral field now. I don't know what the heck I'm talking about. First round, our home field. So misspoke with Boise at home. Just at least we caught it. Thank you, text line. That game is at the Fiesta Bowl. It's still a regional home field for Boise, but it's not like they're going into the blue field to try and win there. So that definitely, I guess that makes more sense for Penn State being an 11-point favorite. I think that's too many, but again, I'm a guy in the Friday 5-packs about 5-6 under 500, so for what it's worth. Tomorrow, the triple header begins at 1 o'clock in Atlanta at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, Texas and Arizona State. Texas favored 13 in that one. Boise is 11-point underdog tonight, so that speaks to how in the world can these teams be the higher seed? Now, granted, when the good team comes to town and faces them, you're already on a neutral field by then, so I guess that's minimized, but you may have cost a couple teams in the seeding process. I'm not sure that anybody that lost this weekend would have won, no matter where they were seeded, quite frankly, at least in weekend number 1. Big one, listen, Oregon beat Ohio State this year. They'll rematch in the Rose Bowl. A lot of people think Ohio State now suddenly, after that dominant win over Tennessee, should be the favorite. Man, I don't know. Wasn't it the game before that a home loss to Michigan? So Ohio State, Oregon, and Ohio State is a 2.5-point favorite, despite Oregon being number 1 and 13-0. Buckeyes an 8 seed. Now, there's also something wrong with I don't know. This is why the seeding should have been different, because then Oregon wouldn't have to, the 8 seed would not be Ohio State. That's the point. Right? If this thing were balanced correctly, there wouldn't be an 8th seed wouldn't be a team as good as Ohio State, who is favored over the number 1 team in the country. And then the nightcap, 8:45. Again, Georgia remains favored by 1, man. What a nod of respect, considering they don't have a quarterback. I'm not saying they don't have a quarterback. I'm sure they got a scheme. I'm sure they'll be fine. But to lose your starting quarterback, what would Georgia be if Carson Beck were playing? Would they be a touchdown favorite? I'm not, I'm not pumping up Carson Beck as like some superstar. That's not my point. Did I see, by the way, last week that Carson Beck announced for the draft?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's probably the smart thing. I told you it was over at Georgia.
Man.
I've said that publicly and privately, because his Georgia career was over. He's either go play somewhere else in college or going off to the NFL, and he's elected to go off to the NFL. So speedy recovery to the Mandarin product as he embarks on his NFL journey. Meanwhile, it leaves Georgia again with an inexperienced starting quarterback in a game in the Sugar Bowl, man. That's Superdome. Notre Dame and Georgia will play in the Sugar Bowl. That's tomorrow night at 8:45. All right, let's go around the NFL quickly. It's Football Fix, brought to you by Allstate agent Mandy Bowers and the home course, Jointon Creek Golf Club. Detroit played hard, didn't need to win last night, but did anyway. They finished off a season in which they did not lose a road game. Lions 40, Niners 34. It's 14-2 Detroit at 14-2 Minnesota coming up this weekend. Brock Purdy, by the way, in that game injured his elbow. Says his UCL, which he injured in the playoffs a couple of years ago, appears fine. Josh Dobbs did have to finish the game. He ran a score in late, but again, it's the Lions by 6. I mentioned before the break, I guess the Jets looked at the calendar and said 2008 or something, but among the list of interviewees, apparently, 2 guys expected to interview for the Jets job, Rex Ryan and Ron Rivera. Yeah. The 2000s called. They want their coaches back. Listen, the Rex Ryan one in particular. What? Really? Isn't Rex Ryan now, after all the TV caricature? No. Is he coach material anymore?
Yeah, I'm straight on that.
Yeah. I don't know about that one. Are you okay with this? Josh Allen will start the game to keep his starting streak intact and then take a seat because the Bills, like the Chiefs, have things wrapped up. That's what's going to happen. Have you earned that right, that distinction? I think you do. If you've played all year long, if the Bills had a game that mattered, if he's healthy enough, be different if you were injured. You're right. If you got knocked into a sprained knee and wouldn't normally play. But that wasn't. That's not the case. So he'll start and then take a bow and continue his streak. What a awesome player he has been. Right, Deontay Johnson looking for a fresh start. Another one. He's latched on with the Texans, who certainly had some injury issues at the receivers position. That'll do it for Football Fix. Thanks to Allstate agent Mandy Bowers and Mandarin and the home course, the Jointon Creek Golf Club. Pick and rival more come your way next. Happy New Year on a Catlin Truck Accessories Tuesday.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
When you don't want to wait till tomorrow for analysis of today's game, get it 2 hours after the final whistle. Hacker Leon and Coach Campo bring you the window world of Northeast Florida 5th quarter. Presented by Von Rowan Lawn and Hurricane Grill and Wings. Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
Hey everybody, Mike Dempsey here. Listen, I'm all about a sure thing. I like putting my money down knowing I'm going to win, and that's exactly what Awaken 180 was for me, a sure bet. I dropped 25 pounds in just over a month, and let me tell you, the results speak for themselves. Now imagine this. You start Awaken 180 now, and when February rolls around, you've already lost 20 pounds. Or maybe you're like Matt Hayes, down 40 pounds by March, and don't even get me started on Hacker. Dude's lost over 100 pounds. Life-changing results, and I got to see it firsthand. Awaken 180 isn't some gimmick. You eat, you're never starving, and the weight just comes off fast. No guesswork, no crash diets, just a plan that works, and the best part, it's built to last thanks to free support for life. Don't wait for another failed resolution. Start your new year with the program that is the sure bet. Visit awaken180weightloss.com or call 844-346-1800. Make sure this year is the year you win big with Awaken 180.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Have you heard? Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet are aiming to sell 1,000 vehicles this December. How? I've told my team to take all reasonable offers. We won't lose your business over price. With thousands of cars, trucks, and SUVs on the ground, all priced to sell, we guarantee the most money for your trade and the easiest car buying experience ever. I promise we ain't leaving nothing on the table, but you've only got 1 week left. Visit Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine or Beaver Chevrolet in Jacksonville. We're here to wow you.
Baloo here for Smunez Vision. Why Smunez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smunez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smunez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smunez is fellowship trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmunezVision.com today. Care you can see.
Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to our website, CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com. And let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist is now offering ortho walk-in appointments. If you have an immediate need for orthopedic care, contact Southeast Orthopedic Specialist immediately. Avoid ERs and urgent care waiting rooms. For more information, go to se-ortho.com.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Monahan Jewelers is ending the year with up to 40% off the entire store. Special savings on designer brands and some items marked at 50 to 60% off. We've been adding new merchandise throughout the holidays, and with interest-free financing on any purchase, it's easy to get a beautiful piece for a low monthly payment. Certified diamonds and engagement rings are our specialty. Support your local family jeweler for 47 years. It's our end-of-the-year sale with up to 40% off our entire inventory and some items marked at 50 to 60% off. Visit Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
Need protection? Call Craig and Christine Kaprowski at Goosehead Insurance. The Kaprowskis are a husband-wife team committed to finding you the right coverage at the right price in just a few short minutes. For home, auto, flood, or specialty insurance, Craig and Christine Kaprowski are the answer. Craig.Kaprowski at Goosehead.com.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. Georgia head coach Kirby Smart met with the media Monday and remarked on Sugar Bowl opponent Notre Dame being comparable to teams in the SEC.
They're built like an SEC team, and I say that as a huge compliment because I think those rosters are some of the most talented in the country.
In a sign of the time for college athletics, 6 former FSU players filed a lawsuit against men's basketball head coach Leonard Hamilton for an alleged unpaid $1.5 million in NIL money None of the players involved in the lawsuit are on this year's team. Tampa Bay Buccaneers are now atop their division and control their playoff destiny, a matter head coach Todd Bowles addressed.
We got to do the little things right. It's a division opponent. We know it's going to be a dogfight. We had to win one last year, the last game of the season.
At your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, I'm Sam Nelson.
XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Ladies and gents, please put your hands together as Dan Hicken enters the studio.
Oh, E.
Yep.
Come on.
Yep.
Only imagine.
Get him singing.
What it will be like.
Uh-huh.
When I walk.
Talk to him, Dan.
By your side.
It's only one reason, one person.
I can only imagine.
That you've made it.
Yeah.
To December 31.
You know it.
And it's only one reason.
Yes, sir.
You're going to be able to walk into.
You preaching.
January 1, 2025.
Yes. Thank you.
Talk to him now.
Thank you, Lord. I love this. This is one of the great songs.
Absolutely.
And a really
It is a good one, yeah. And it's crossed over. You know you're a good song when you cross over, because this was a Christian contemporary song, and it was so good. It was. I think it hit top 10 on the top 40.
Did you ever watch the movie?
I did, yeah. It's been a while, so don't, you know me. Don't ask me. It's a beautiful thing. I can watch it again today, and it's like new.
The song is like one of the biggest hits of all time.
It's about. The song is about the singer and his life.
Relationship with his dad.
Yeah.
He had an abusive
relationship
with his pops.
Yeah.
Mercy Me, a great band. And, great stuff.
Anyway, good start to 2025.
Thank you. Auld Lang Syne.
Look at him.
Woo!
This a bop for real.
Yeah,
still get goosebumps.
Gives you bumps, doesn't it? Yeah. Awesome.
That's why the murder rate went down. This song was listened. It was listened to more.
I said, boys, keep them holstered another day. Let's make that record lower next year.
Well, it's good to be here. I saw the sheriff. Sheriff did a good job, man. Sheriff's a good dude.
Shout out, man. I saw the sheriff too at the last game.
Yeah, well, he was at this game this week.
Yeah.
Him and I don't know like ranks.
Yeah, okay.
But our buddy Romano.
Sure. Yeah.
Heavy hitter up there. I don't know
Yeah.
if he's a sergeant or a general.
I don't know. He was a detective at one point. I think I don't know. I don't know the hierarchy.
So I apologize.
Yeah.
Right?
Mark, but anyway.
Mark Romano,
yeah.
Sure.
But I
ran into him in the last year or two myself.
I saw the boys at the stadium, and
Sheriff goes to most of the games. I've seen him there, a couple, 3 of them.
I seen him up there in the suite
he's a
area.
big fan. You know, Sheriff.
Yes.
You know, Sheriff's one of Sheriff's best friends growing up was. He grew up with Mike Brown.
Mike Brown, the deposed coach of the Kings?
Yes.
He got done dirty out there by all accounts.
We were talking about that.
They just gave him a big extension. And
He's coach of the year last year.
That's why you're the Kings, by the way.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to just let it ride a little bit. You know what it reeks of? Who's their star? D'Anthony? De'Aaron?
Swiper.
De'Aaron Fox.
De'Aaron Fox, yep.
I mean,
swiping.
Swiper, one of those dudes don't like what's going on. It'd be my guess.
But I don't
think it's the Ruski.
I have an announcement to make.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
What you got?
On this December 31st, 2024.
All right.
I saw and I have seen. I watched an artist paint a masterpiece last night.
Wow.
Oh. I mean,
you're talking about
he put it on display for the entire nation to see.
Mm-hmm.
And he said to the NFL, if you want me, come and get me. But the play calling of Ben Johnson was Picasso.
Yeah.
It was Michelangelo.
Van Gogh.
It was Van Gogh. He sculpted, he painted, he clay-mated.
Clay-mated, huh? California raisin of offensive coordinator.
I'm hooking, lateraling. I am
reversing.
Genius.
Yeah.
I'm on the goal line red zone. I don't run up the middle. I sprint a guy across, and I block it down, and I run in untouched. And I hung another 40 on another team. That's me. I'm Ben, NFL. If you want me, Come and get me.
Does Detroit have dogs, would y'all say?
Oh, God,
Oh, gosh, they've got them everywhere. What about the you learned last night they got to do with 9 picks now, Joseph?
Oh, yeah, Kelby Joseph.
Yeah,
Kirby.
leads the league in picks with 9.
Yeah, he had a great year.
Yeah, he had 2 last night.
Yeah.
But Detroit, by the way, didn't lose a road game this year.
Man.
Yeah.
They went undefeated on the road.
Yeah. And listen, I don't know that they're going to win the Super Bowl because their
there's good
defense
teams.
is.
Yeah,
they got to score.
beat up.
They got to score 50 to win it every game.
And they might can.
They might, but I don't know.
This is where the Chiefs are a problem because their defense is good.
Yeah,
like the Ravens typically play good defense. Their defense hasn't been great this year. They've been playing better lately.
Detroit is unstoppable on offense. They're so good.
Yeah, what a great finale, man, and it has so much meaning.
I don't care how far they go. It is a pleasure.
It's fun to watch them.
To watch them
put the way they got put together. Yeah, that's fair.
And so when I look at,
I'm not quite sick of him yet. Campbell annoys me sometimes, but he's genuine. That sappy weirdness is real.
I'm going to enjoy the Lions Vikings.
That's fine.
Because I like them both.
I do too.
And I don't care which. Yeah. I'd like to see either
We
of them
learned
win.
something earlier today, Hick, I want to share with you because it'll skip my mind. You brought up the Vikings, but completely unaware of how it actually played out in Carolina with Sam Darnold. And we reminded ourselves and we looked. You know what really happened to Sam Darnold in Carolina?
Don't know.
He won the starting job over Baker Mayfield, and he started the season the first 4 games with 2 or 3 300-yard games. He scored 4 rushing touchdowns. The Panthers had beaten the Tech. They were like, 2-2 or 3-1, and he broke his scapula. And he went to the bench, and he didn't come back until after Christmas. And by then, it was Cam Newton was in the game, was there, and they were playing him. And so then he went off to San Francisco. But his last little brief window of quarterbacking a team, he was playing in Carolina how he has played in Minnesota this year, which I had completely forgotten, wasn't aware of.
Do either of you gentlemen know the name Chad Forbes?
I know the name.
He's a analyst or something,
right?
Is he like business of sports?
Well, I think you're just thinking of Forbes magazine, maybe.
Maybe.
Typing in business in your head. It says on Twitter, he has a blue check.
Okay.
NFL aficionado. I think he's been on this radio station. Permanently worried about 32 teams' O-lines. Frequent contributor on national and local radio plus podcast. Slide into DMs with inquiries. 23,000 followers. I don't know if that gives you listen. That's,
I don't want to brag, but I got
comparison to me, but it's all right. I'm the mogul. Chad Forbes, 8 hours ago, tweet.
Mm-hmm.
Ben Johnson to the Jaguars is the worst kept secret in the NFL. It's a done deal. It'll be one of the Lions executives or Ben's pick for GM. Now,
I can only imagine
what it would be like with Ben Johnson and Brunel side by side.
You might have to remake that.
Surrounded by the scoring.
Baselli EVP.
Oh, no.
Willie dance for your Jaguars.
Creative OB still.
All right, I'm sorry.
Yeah, there we go.
I don't want to be sacrilegious.
I don't want to be blasphemous. It's a beautiful song.
Beautiful song. But I can only imagine.
I can only imagine. I started it. My bad.
You did.
Yeah.
You can't give me that.
I was in good fun. I think
that's like handing
I think it was
an
accepted.
alcoholic a bottle and saying, "Don't drink it, Dan."
Well, I know that's impossible. I know what a lush you are.
All right. So anyway, but yeah, that was beautiful. So then I was
well, here's the only thing that bothers me about that.
Mm-hmm.
It's that Chad Forbes tweeted it 8 hours ago, and there's not a breath of it.
No. Forget Chad Forbes. I'm just talking about Ben Johnson and watching him play.
Well, the fact that it's a done deal and everyone.
No.
So why is he's just a dude? Okay, well then.
Pete tweeted.
Okay,
Ben Johnson's offense will be so good for Trevor Lawrence, but won't happen unless Balky's gone. Now that's kind of known inside the NFL circles, and like I've told you guys all along, I know Ben Johnson would be interested in the job, but we'll see. We'll see. But my gosh, it was beautiful. It was a beautiful performance.
Well,
and now listen.
No, I'm with you.
We don't have those players either, man. We don't have those.
We have
players.
facsimiles of them. I don't know if we don't have them, Dan. I got to have somebody putting them in better positions with better play calling. Yeah. I'd like to see Travis Etienne get in the open field as much as I see Gibbs. Like, Gibbs' plays aren't because he, hits the 3 gap.
Oh, Gibbs is good.
But I'm just saying, Travis Etienne did Gibbs-like things his first couple of years.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
catching. I mean, Travis Etienne was a top 5 back for 2 years in a row, all-purpose yards, rushing yards.
I'm disappointed in the Hicken boys.
Why? What happened? Oh, you didn't get a great present this year.
Oh, I got a great present.
Oh, well, then what happened now? You're getting very kind of demanding.
I'm disappointed in the Hicken boys.
No.
Oh, it's getting tougher then.
Should my boys just listen up right now if they're out and about? It was apply?
Well, it may.
Okay.
I don't know. I am proud of the Hicken boys' sports knowledge.
Okay.
Are you proud of the Prosser boys' sports knowledge?
Very much.
Yeah.
Probably
They're good
at
guys
this
to talk.
point, it's more current than mine. I wouldn't say it's better than mine.
Yeah.
Well, I'd say I'm proud of Gritty sports
Well,
knowledge
yeah.
at an
There
early
you go.
age.
There you go.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool, right? And it's fun. You'll
Very
see
much.
this as he grows.
Yeah.
When they're adults, I have a young adult and an adult, right? 19 and 30.
Right.
And it's fun to talk sports with them now. Fun to go to games with them.
Sure. Yeah. I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Love it. Love that bond with my boys.
So
my daughter hates sports, but I love her too.
Oh, sure. Well, this is applicable.
Okay.
Because
there you go.
the daughter's husband, the son-in-law, was visiting for Christmas.
Okay.
And he announced to us his excitement about playing for his fantasy football championship.
Okay. Good. That's good. That's a good sign.
Great sign. And he's playing against a dude that they never can beat. This is one of those guys.
All right.
So he's going to take him down. And so, but he's being nice because we're playing some fun things on Christmas Day, and the Texans are playing. He's playing against C.J. Stroud.
Okay.
So he's being, he's like, and Drew Fine goes, look, go ahead and let it rip. It's okay. You can root against Stroud. No big deal. Nobody takes it personally here, Screaming.
Was there any reason for y'all to support Stroud? You have him like in prize picks or something?
I think Drew had some sort of parlay cooking
with the Texans.
Yes.
Okay. Now and the Texans got he did terrible.
And I think he got like 7 fantasy points.
Oh no.
No, it's good. He's playing against.
Oh, that's right. Oh yeah.
But unbeknownst to me, he asked the Hicken boys for a fantasy tip. Who should I play? One guy or the other guy? Going into the game Thursday.
Okay, is it a sabotage or is it just a miss?
Well, I'll let you decide. You're more of a fantasy guy than me.
Okay, all right, here we go. Sit or start.
Yes. So we were down to 2 receivers.
Okay. For the weekend's games.
For the weekend's game.
Okay. All right, here we go.
We got Cooper Kupp.
Okay.
All right. Or Xavier Worthy. The Hicken boys both said, listen, bro, you got to go with Kupp.
Okay.
Kupp's the guy. He had just put it in when Xavier Worthy got his first touchdown and finished with 22 fantasy points. And Cooper might have finished with 3 in that 13-9 thriller that night.
I don't. Yeah, that
advice.
doesn't fall into sports knowledge. Everything's fine with the boys. That's a coin flip.
That's
and
okay.
You took the wrong side. Kupp is probably projected for more there. Listen, after the game, it's easy to say because the Rams offense didn't do anything, but I saw him score 40-something on the Bills. But I also saw Cooper Kupp take a goose egg about 2 or 3 weeks ago, so that would have scared me a little bit.
I
think the problem is Worthy has kind of come along here late and we haven't paid attention.
So I texted him last night.
The
son-in-law.
Okay.
Fantasy update, please. Disaster. Might lose by a Cooper Kupp versus Worthy delta.
I hope it's more than that.
I said, score right now. When he said it to me, it was 131-85. He had left Jennings,
nothing,
Gibbs,
big,
and Williams.
Big.
So he
Who'd the other guy have?
Laporta.
He may have won.
So he said,
"Oh, you know the answer, the
I
outcome."
said, "Oh no, you may be cooked. Need a couple long ones from Gibbs. Morale is low, but there's a path thanks to Dan Campbell." And then he said that helps because Gibbs hit one. He said, "I'm going to lose, but I respect my guys for the effort. I would have won if I started Worthy. LOL." I said, "Damn those Hicken boys. I'll make Drew give you the difference."
How much did he end up losing by? It would have been kind of close.
I didn't ever
They
get
both
the
had
final.
big games.
Yeah,
but he's down 50-something. But he got in the 40s with those two, I bet.
Yeah, he probably. Yeah, probably.
They both scored twice, didn't they? I know Williams scored twice.
All right, so one more thing before.
By the way, he's coming. That's also a problem.
Who? Oh,
Williams this is, by the way, this.
Williams.
Yeah. Jameson Williams is coming. Here's the problem for the Packers, whose quarterback, you could argue, is as can be as good as any of the quarterbacks in the division.
Yeah.
The whole division has much better receivers. Even the Lions' receiving core is better than the Packers.
That quarterback coach and OC sure made Goff a whole lot better, didn't they?
He's about a steady performer. He is honestly, you're making a mistake if you would take him top 5 to lead you into a big game right now. He's top 5 if you're going to have a big game.
Jared Goff?
Yeah, he really is.
With that offense.
Yeah,
and the
right
comfort
now,
level.
yeah, I guess. He was better in L.A. than we remember,
Yeah,
but for sure right now, yeah.
He's made that jump
And
up.
again, a former number 1 pick later in his career. It's why you don't lose your mind when a guy in his first 3 or 4 years, you can say this.
Yes.
Trevor's never going to be the best quarterback in the league.
Yeah.
We can say that. Now, when he comes into the league, there's hope that could happen.
Right.
But there are plenty of Goffs and others that it just, they weren't unsuccessful in the first few years, but they weren't playing at the level they are now, and that includes personnel around him and the play calling that's going on.
You had a moment of, ew.
What?
Like a hair.
Oh.
You had a moment of niceness in the 6 o'clock hour.
What do you mean a moment?
Yeah. And I didn't like it.
He says it's like counter core.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah?
I don't need that from this guy.
What happened?
It's niceness. You were sort of, you weren't eulogizing, but you were kind of talking about CDP.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, and you uttered something to this effect. Boy, those guys were close, man. They lost a lot of 1-score games, all factual, but not true. If that can be the case.
All factual, but not
we
true.
We can't ever think that we're close with this squad.
Oh, no, I meant close games.
Yeah. And in a way, so I pulled them out. I was thinking about them because, you're right. I mean, the Dolphins, we all been through that one. The Browns, though, 18-13. Of course, then we got slaughtered by the Bills, and they all told us, oh, that happens.
Texans blew a fourth-quarter lead. They scored in the final minute to win that one.
Yeah, but got blown out by the Bears. The Packers was a close game.
Which could
rallied against the Eagles. The Vikings was a close game. Got blown out by the Lions. But that's the NFL.
But the NFL.
You know what the NFL is? It's 52-6 and 47-10 against good teams.
100%.
Yeah.
But the NFL also is when if you're good at typically.
Yeah.
If you're one of the bad teams,
right,
you're not in that many close games.
Right.
And so if you're good enough to be in those close games, typically on NFL average, you're going to break about even.
Right.
Right? They're going to fall either way. So the point being, if you go 0-8 in those situations, if you just break even,
right,
you're seeing it 8 wins right now. And again, we're far away from that. That is not the baseline at all. I don't mean to imply it that way.
Allow me to announce today's Dream Finders Homes poll question of the day. Parentheses, second attempt due to the stupidity of me, end parentheses.
Oh.
I had to redo it.
Well, that's okay.
Due to the fact that, I'm an idiot. What do you think? What do you think? Now, what do you want? What do you think happens with Shad Khan and the Jags on Monday? Obviously, there's 4 choices. Everybody stays, everybody goes, GM goes, coach stays, GM stays, coach goes.
Okay.
All right. What do you think, happens with Shad Khan and the Jags on Monday?
Oh, man.
Brought to you by Dream Finders Homes, the official home builder of the Jaguars, the Gators, the PGA Tour.
I'm gonna go with everybody go, man.
Everybody go.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with everybody go.
Right. That's what you think's gonna happen.
Because after you flew that plane over the stadium, I think.
Quiet.
That was Jacko, high flying. We set him up there.
And the wiener.
The wiener was there, hanging out the back.
After you, that's a good line, Wee.
I used it on him yesterday. I'm going to give too much credit. He stole my joke.
Recycle that thing.
Recycle. That's okay. Ones. That's good. That's a it's a compliment.
One by me. Jeffrey?
What was the you know what? There's one asterisk that could affect my answer.
Mm-hmm.
And that is if there's a plan to add a third person to the equation.
Okay.
Who would lord over both in an EVP or in some way. I think gone. I really do.
Okay.
I don't think you can justify to one or the other getting rid of only one of them. It's too equilateral, the failure.
All right, so 642 votes, double digits for all of them, but 50% think everybody goes, 22.5% thinks everybody stays, and then about 14% think one goes, the other stays, and then vice versa. So it's interesting how that plays out.
I just don't know how you could make the argument of there is Doug Peterson is one, despite his failures and our frustrations.
Mm-hmm.
He's been around the league a long time. He's a 500 coach. He's won Super Bowls. He's in an organization that's about to have a top 5 or 6 pick, 3 times of the 5 years the other guy's been the GM.
Yeah.
He can't be coaching them that bad. The
Yeah.
talent has to be significantly better.
So, listen, this is from Dreamfinders Homes. Go to dreamfindershomes.com for all your information. They have a fixed interest rate right now for you that is unbeatable. So check it out if you would like. It's 99% right now, 4.99% fixed interest rate. Lock it down. Go to dreamfindershomes.com. Tell them Dreamfinders Danny sent you. And celebrate the new year with a new home. That would be fun.
All right, let's do the 10-minute drill. Let's talk about these playoffs coming up, man. What an exciting 36 hours we have sitting in front of us right now. The playoffs will kick off tonight in the Fiesta Bowl with Penn State and Boise. 3 more tomorrow. I'm curious your opinion on how Georgia or why Georgia would remain a 1-point favorite despite the fact that they lost their quarterback.
Crazy, huh?
That surprises me. So those and more storylines as we continue on a Catlin Truck Accessories Tuesday on the drill.
This is your Duval Minute, brought to you by Lift Power, your turnkey solution for all warehouse needs.
Listen, there are 2 key pieces to this Jaguars defense right now, and only 2, and that's 44 and 41. 41 maybe had his best game of the year on Sunday. He had a 3-play sequence that was just unbelievable. He blew up Tyjae Spears in the backfield and actually knocked him out of the game in the process for a 5-yard loss. Then he sacked the quarterback, and then he was on pass defense and stopped the guy from getting a first down. It was great football, and it's what he's capable of, and he's done that a lot this year. He just doesn't have the sacks, but he certainly has the pressures. Josh Hines-Allen, very solid first season with New Deal in tow. And that's your Duval Minute. It's brought to you by our friends at Lift Power. They're always on the lookout for 41s and 44s. Experienced lift truck and dock and door technicians. Benefits include the 401k, the company vehicle, the paid training, the sign-on bonus. Offers way too good to pass up. Come see why Lift Power is voted one of the best places to work year in and year out in the Jacksonville area. The rapidly growing business has proudly served Jacksonville for more than 50 years. It's family-owned and operated. It's so stable, and they want you to be a part of the family. They are offering you opportunity. There are jobs at Lift Power. You can learn it all at liftpower.com. That's liftpower.com.
The Drill on 1010 XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. Someone's going to win a tailgate combo pack from Southern Steer Butcher, valued at $100, and it could be you. Yes! Every month you'll have a shot at a Corona tailgate tent with a cooler, chair, and a collectible football. It's the ultimate tailgate. Enter at 1010XL.com. Now, the Randy Marion Cadillac Drive of the Game. Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville. Drive to the game in luxury with Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville.
The duo of Mac Jones and Brian Thomas Jr. brought the magic when the teal and black needed it most, and also made it look effortless. Thanks to a 16-play sequence capped off by a Brian Thomas Jr. touchdown, Jacksonville would take a 20-10 lead with 7:05 left in the fourth. The 74-yard drive is your Randy Marion Cadillac Drive of the Game.
Hey, John, are you a small business owner looking to make the most of your investments?
Absolutely. And now is the time to take advantage of some incredible tax deductions.
You can qualify for a 2024 tax deduction for up to 60% of the purchase price of a brand new Cadillac.
Think Escalade, Lyriq, Optic, XT5, and XT6.
We have over 100 in stock at Randy Marion Cadillac, Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville. It's the perfect time to upgrade your business fleet.
This is not tax advice. Consult with your tax advisor for further details and to determine eligibility, plus tax tag title $8.99 admin fee and resist all and approved credit.
Hey, Hicken here for Lockhart Construction. That's a longtime Jacksonville business. Shane's dad started the company years ago. That's stable. Great companies last forever because they're great people, right? And the Lockharts are great people. Their group are great people. How do I know this? Because they've done plenty of jobs for me, and I can't say enough good things about them. If you ask me, hey, Hick, I need something done. I need a new bathroom. I need this remodel done. Can they do that? I would say yes. Here, call Shane. That's what I do to my friends, and they do, and then they tell me how great he does because they're fast, they're friendly, they're affordable, they're clean, and they do great work. Their family gives your family better living experience. If you have a construction need or a remodel idea, give Shane a call. He'll call you back, 994-3865. Shane Lockhart, Lockhart Construction, 994-3865.
These These are interesting economic times. That's why it's so important to have someone you can count on. That's ITP Partners. Jacksonville folks taking care of our Jacksonville money. Experience? You best believe you want to give your hard-earned money to folks you trust. Jeff Hartman, Chris Bryan, Dan Abel, Reed Wingate, Scott Regner, Janice Cobb, and Reagan Wright have the expertise and knowledge to help clients in their financial lives, focusing on investment management, financial planning, and risk management. ITP Partners. Financial partners for life. Securities offered through American Portfolios Financial Services, Inc. Member FINRA SIPC.
Are you 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? If you have questions, call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700, offices Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
I'm here with Danny Van Sickle, director of the Electrical Training Alliance. Danny, tell me about your program.
Hey, Rick, we're a 4-year electrical apprenticeship. Our students start out making over $40,000 a year and right now make over $90,000 a year, including benefits. There is no tuition or student debt. You just have to apply and get accepted.
Did you say no tuition and no student debt?
You heard that right, Rick. Once you're accepted to the program, your only cost for the books and the course fees. About $800 a year.
That sounds like an amazing opportunity. How can I learn more?
Just go to etajax.org and you can apply there.
Apply by May 15th.
Man, jack of all trades, masters of none? It just feels like at every turn nowadays, every company can do all work. Not us. Hi, Stevie Beechurst here, second-generation plumber right here in Jacksonville, Florida. We are your master plumbing company that only focuses on all your plumbing needs. So for your next plumbing job, don't call another Jack. Call Beechurst Plumbing, where plumbing is what we do and plumbing is what we're great at. Beechurst Plumbing, here to help.
Start your Sunday off with a cup of Joe and some sports medicine intel. This is Joe C. inviting you to join me and Dr. George Bari for Breaking Bones every Sunday morning at 7:30. And if you miss an episode, just look for Breaking Bones wherever you listen to podcasts.
Big Chief Tire offers affordable quality tires for every type of vehicle. Frank Frangie here. Whether you're looking for all-season tires, high-performance options, or something more budget-friendly, Big Chief has the perfect set to keep you rolling. Their expert technicians ensure your tires are installed quickly and safely so you can drive with confidence. Visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com or call 904-932-0950 to schedule your appointment and check out their unbeatable tire deals today. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
While other books make promises, MyBookie delivers. PT here at MyBookie. And this holiday season, they're stacking the deck in your favor with 12 days of Christmas now through the 31st. A festive lineup of can't-miss opportunities for bettors to cash in. Risk-free Thursdays, super boosts, and free bets. Weekly casino giveaways with hundreds of winners and thousands of cash prizes. All it takes is a 50-cent spin on slots to enter. With the road to New Orleans, bowl games galore, and a Christmas Day Sports Fest featuring NFL action and an NBA doubleheader, this is your season to win. The 12 Days of Christmas event is live right now. Lock in today. Use my promo code 1010XL with your first deposit, and MyBookie will give you a little extra to start your holiday hot. MyBookie is offering a 50% deposit bonus for 1010XL listeners. Just sign up and use my promo code 1010XL. There's a reason MyBookie has been the go-to for serious bettors for 10 years. Whether it's UFC, NFL, college ball, or the casino, you can bet and win with confidence. Make your holiday season a jolly one with MyBookie. Come on, somebody.
Aren't you just happy when you can handle all your needs in one location? Well, introducing Allstate agent Mandy Bowers in Mandarin. Whether it's home, life, business, or auto, Mandy covers it all. In fact, bundling policy is a great way to add extra savings. Mandy and her crew can do that. Allstate is offering lower auto insurance rates this year. Mandy can do that. You need to give Mandy Bowers a call in her Mandarin office, because when it comes to getting it all done under one roof, Mandy can do that.
Hey, Jacksonville Koozies, it's me, Soccer Sam, for Salvatore's Pizza. Rochester, New York's favorite pizza is now open in Jacksonville, Florida, Tapestry Park at the Loft Hotel Plaza. Daily $10 deals, dine in with beer and wine, and delivery at salvatores.com. The famous Formoso family brings Salvatore's Pizza, Rochester's favorite pizza, including our 32-piece sheet pizza for your next event. Go with me, baby. Salvatores.com.
Here's Ben and John Lupo, owners of Beards Diamonds.
It's funny, my dad has sold people engagement rings, and now I'm selling their kids engagement rings and anniversary gifts and birthday gifts.
We're blessed with the relationships we've built over the years.
Check out our full inventory at beardsdiamonds.com.
Beards Diamonds in the St. John's Town Center.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the 10 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Brought to you by
Advanced Business Solutions.
your local authorized Xerox dealer on 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Hit it.
Yeah. We got sports concepts. We got sports rationalizations. We call it the 10-minute drill. And at the end of the drill, we like to hand out a prize pack for one last time.
Yes, sir.
In 2024.
Huh?
What is the razzle dazzle?
I got a parking pass for up to 5 days, free parking at airport parking
like
at
that.
USA Park. That's it. All you got to do is holler at me at the end of the 10-minute drill.
The end of the drill.
Take that pass and get out of here.
Head out of town. Head out of town.
So, listen, you kind of started off when you showed up today, but just a quick recap. The Lions played to win last night. They didn't have to. They're going to decide the division and the number 1 seed this week against Minnesota, no matter the result in San Francisco. Boy, really, and we talked a bunch about Detroit and that offensive system, and Ben Johnson can be a hot commodity. So,
yes.
The other side of the coin. Imagine as miserable a season as the Jags have had. They're only 2 games behind the Super Bowl-worthy San Francisco Niners. Now, the 49ers had a ton of injury issues this year. You don't really played all year without Christian McCaffrey, didn't they? Played a lot of the year without Ayuk after he started slow because of the holdout. Deebo Samuel is just not. Boy, the worst trade we could have ever made would be giving him that number 1 pick for Deebo 2 years ago, huh? That would not have aged well.
Deebo fell off.
And that rough and tumble style, right? It takes it out of you after a while. Kittle had a great year. He remains one of the top tight ends in the league. And, we had the question yesterday, who would you sign long-term? That Brock Purdy is absolutely fine moving forward, I think.
He had his best game of the year, but I'll say this, too. He dinged up his elbow again last night.
He said he's okay.
I know, but let's wait and see. Those things make me nervous, and he's already had it. And, boy, you want to talk about a kid who would totally be getting screwed if this guy redid his elbow, because he still hasn't gotten really, quote, paid. Ricky Pearsall had a breakout game last night, by the way, which was nice. Had 100 yards receiving.
I think the Niners, this is just a blip, and they'll be back. I don't know. I think they need to withstand any tumultuousness about Shanahan. He's a good coach.
Yeah. Christian McCaffrey, though, might be done.
Yeah, that's a scary one.
He's a guy that, he's...
But their running game, dude, that seems to... Now,
it works with whoever.
Yeah, but not to the McCaffrey level. They went to the Super Bowl last year, you could argue, because of McCaffrey. And with a lot of other reasons. But he was unbelievable last year.
I would agree with that. It's been a disappointing year, obviously, for them. I don't know what you do. I think if I go to Brock Purdy and I just say, look, man, this is what we can do for. I mean, why does he, again?
You have to at least pay him what Trevor makes.
Yeah. Well,
he's going to be your core. You're a contender.
He's been better than Trevor. So.
Yeah, and that's what I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think you can go to Brock Purdy after all he's done and what he sacrificed to do it, by the way. He didn't demand anything when he's leading to a Super Bowl making,
I know.
less than an SEC quarterback.
You never know, though. You got to ask.
Yeah.
He's in a great situation.
For sure.
He's in a great situation. These guys who hit.
It's like Darnold.
Baker found his great situation. Darnold found his great situation. There's nothing wrong with that.
Darnold, don't leave, by the way. Take lessons. Stay with O'Connell in Minnesota and keep the job for 3 years.
If Minnesota wants.
Unless somebody's going to pay you big money.
Unless they say we're going with JJ. They may say we're going with JJ.
Yeah, that'd be a mistake.
It would be.
100%. That's a terrible mistake that only obtuse organizations make. He can have a short leash.
Yeah.
You cannot make that move.
Yeah.
Just like the Packers didn't twice.
Yeah.
You still got a guy. I don't care where I draft him. Nope.
Right.
I'm not getting off of this horse yet.
Right.
You cannot get off the Darnold horse. It's galloping like it never has.
I mean, like
He's one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the league this year.
Correct.
I
agree.
Yeah.
I agree. But
I know
it's a tough situation. But it is what it is. And I for one, would ride it out. Listen, I mean, again, I don't like to give credit when they don't deserve credit. What the Falcons did was dumb. But now it looks good.
Yeah. And that's fair. They backed into theirs. At the time, it was not the play. Okay, if it was to pick, then you should have never signed Cousins.
Why would you sign Cousins?
Yeah, it was just dumb.
Right. So that's my, but
it turned out good. And by the way, lost in a heartbreaking loss the other night. Penix looks like he's going to be good, man.
He looks good.
The thing I like most about him, the moment doesn't look too big. He doesn't panic, just slides around a little bit.
Yeah.
Threw some seeds.
He's not a runner.
Yeah, he's not a runner, and that's okay.
He's a thrower.
He reminds me of Stroud. He reminds me of CJ Stroud. And I've only seen one game, so Stroud has done it for a longer period of time in his rookie year. But I think the Falcons will be in pretty good shape there. Kudos to the drill. I learned we picked up another very and famous listener, apparently. Apparently, Troy Aikman listens to the program.
Really?
Was listening yesterday when we had our slight MVP discussion.
Mm-hmm.
And we clicked down to the fourth name that I thought should be garnering,
Joe Burrow.
Yeah, garnering some MVP
He went with him too?
attention. And I read this. I expected to click this open and see Saquon Barkley. And if Barkley breaks the all-time rushing record, probably should be closer than we have it in our mind right now. No, is Derrick Henry going to get to 2,000 this year? What does he have?
He needs is it a little over 2?
Oh, okay, so he's fallen well off the pace that he and Barkley
By the way,
shared.
I saw this stat yesterday.
But Aikman, says that he would pick Burrow, who he calls his favorite player, over Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
This is an independent.
I really wouldn't.
He could be the first team All-Pro quarterback and not win MVP. Because the stats come into play a little
That's
bit more.
fair.
But Lamar, though, it's not fair. Lamar's stats are just as good. He's just not as gritty, and he has a better team.
2 things.
Gritty, whatever word.
Derrick Henry needs 217.
Oh, yeah, that ain't happening.
Well, you never know.
Who do they play, the Browns?
Pittsburgh plays Cincinnati, so yeah. So you never know. And I saw this, too, and this was interesting to me. Saquon can set the rushing record. He's still 30-some carries, 32 carries away from the Dick's amount of carries. So while we say he gets the extra game, he's going to do it in less carries because he only needs like 101 yards. If he gets 32 carries against the Giants, he's going to break the record.
In an era.
So I just wanted to point that out because it's not fair, and I get it.
Yeah, but that's a valid point.
But the carries do matter, and he's had less carries than the Dick.
Yeah.
So.
What? What's his favorite TV show, do you think?
Who, the Dick?
Yeah.
Oh, it's no question. I've heard him say it.
Which one?
He loves that Schitt's Creek show.
This is the drill. That's what we do. Happy New Year, everyone.
641-1010. E, come kind, come courteous, come correct.
I actually want to do one more thing in the 10-minute drill.
Hold up, E.
I'm going to take hold on. I'm sorry.
I need to tell you, jump the gun.
T.O., you did. No, that was me.
I didn't.
I did. Yeah, 100%.
I just followed you.
100%.
It's like you jumped and then I came flying through.
I guess I could have waited, but I've been wanting to say this to somebody that's not myself or one of my kids. Right? Listen, in one hand, I understand. Like, Braves fan and nation can also grip. Right, we're not it's not reserved for the Yankees, Dodgers, Mets, Phillies, Giants, Red Sox, Astros, other contenders. So Braves fan would like to see some maneuvering in the offseason to make you better.
Okay,
and now look, there's one major difference, and it is a big difference when it comes to the Braves. This is not going to be an exciting time of the year for Braves fan because they made this step to lock up all that level talent that you would be going after in free agency and keep them on your own roster. Now, there's also a second level of that, and that is this. The day's coming where Ronald Acuna Jr. is going to get Juan Soto's deal.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're Atlanta, you can't be going out and spending $240 million on Burns or, just to get for this year. Because unless you risk losing Ronald Acuna in a year or two, which is just an absolute non-starter. They keep him over any and everything else. But that being said, it's annoying to be a contender who is in serious need of a dominant starting pitcher. I don't know how any baseball team, despite who's coming back in other areas, feels like they can lose Max Fried and not replace him and be better.
Okay.
That doesn't seem possible to me. I don't care who's coming up from the young. You got to give me somebody who's at least in line with Max Fried, or we're going to have a worse year. Not to mention Renato Lopez. Look, careered it last year. I don't trust he's going to do what he did.
Plus Chuck Morton. Is he done?
I hope.
Well.
Yeah,
you got to replace him.
And now I don't hope. Now I guess I'm just going to get 12 and 11 and a 4-3, which you got to have that at the back. Murph would say that. But I don't. I think it should serve as annoying if there are 20 teams that are pursuing Roki Sasaki, who could be a difference maker.
You're not one of them.
And the 6 that are considered strong contenders are everyone in contention but Atlanta. And I don't understand that.
Yeah. Well, you got to trust your GM because he's done a good job.
I guess.
But I feel you. Yesterday, there was a rumor on the social media. It's funny you said that. It's Braves news coming.
Well, okay.
And so, but it never came. I don't think.
I hope, to be honest with you, through all this, we haven't talked a lot of baseball because Soto and the Mets have been the big storyline. And it's football. There are a lot of reasons. But in the back of my mind, all along, I'm hoping, man, because I hear this guy doesn't have to go to the big markets like the Japanese players normally end up. And, I kind of built up quietly, well, maybe Sasaki can be that guy. And you go grab a righty to pair with Sale and deal with the salary ramifications down the line when it comes to Acuna and the other guys. But I don't know. Apparently, it's going to be those young guys and continued improvement. And look, Schwellenbach was unbelievable in the end of the year as their best pitcher. That's a big horse. I'll trust that.
Yeah.
It can be just a little bit deflating is not the right word, but don't get any juice going for baseball, and it's coming, man. It's going to be here in a month and a half.
Yeah, it's going to be here before you know it. It's exciting. Is that it?
That's it. Just a little minor rant.
904-641-1010 get you a parking pass for up to 5 days free parking airport parking via usapark.net. Holla at your boy.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Hey, poker fans! The Best Bet Winter Open Series returns to Best Bet Jacksonville from January 23rd to February 2nd. Satellites into the $1,500 main event kick off January 4th. Take your shot at big payouts with 8 action-packed events and $500,000 in guarantees. Visit bestbetjacks.com for more details. That's bestbetjacks.com. And we'll see you at the Winter Open starting January 23rd.
Our slogan, Know Before You Blow, applies to more than just DUI cases. Hi, I'm attorney Lee Lockett of Lockett Law. Battery charges can result in jail time and criminal convictions too, so know before you blow a gasket and hit a loved one or a stranger. Drug crimes like possession of marijuana and cocaine will land you in cuffs too, so know before you blow. In a boating under the influence case, you also have the option to blow or not to blow. So know your options. Know before you blow. Go to knowbeforeyouBlow.com now. Offices Jacksonville.
Joint replacement surgery is always a tough decision, but relief from chronic pain may be just around the corner. Dr. George Barry here, and there's a lot to consider to make sure you get the proper diagnosis and best path back to the range of motion and mobility you had. Age, lifestyle, and overall health all play a part. Let the team at Barry Orthopedics give you a full analysis to help you make the best decision. Log on to BarryOrthopedics.com or call the office to make an appointment. With offices across Jacksonville and ready to help you feel good again, we'll get you back on the road to recovery at Barry Orthopedics.
Stop letting high-interest debt weigh you down. Pay it all off in days thanks to Loan Pronto's new Rapid Equity Loan. Hey, it's Prosser here. Imagine a completely hassle-free way to cash out your home equity. No appraisals, no paperwork, no waiting. Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan uses an AI-driven tech to get you approved for cash in as little as 1 day. One client got $100,000 approved in under 24 hours, wiped out their debt, launched the home improvement project, and is now saving over $1,000 a month. Instant approvals, low fixed rates, fast transfers. Get cash to consolidate all your debt and get a fresh start to the new year. Call Loan Pronto now and see how much you qualify for. Imagine this time next week, you can be credit card debt-free. Call 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. That's 904-999-1508 or loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781 on approved credit, MLS, consumeraccess.org.
Hey, Hicken here for my friends at Beaches Dermatology. You know Beaches Dermatology. If you don't, you might want to get to know them. Let me tell you a little bit about them. First off, the doctors are great. Doctors Boudreaux, Doctors Metz, Dr. Fader with the Mohs surgery. Terrific people, right? They care about you. The staff is so good. You walk in, they usually have everything ready for you. You know, your appointment's at 11:15. You go in at 11:15. You get things done. And they just want to remind you, man, take care of your skin, especially in the sunshine state, right? Hats, long sleeve dry fit, sunscreen. Take care of that skin, man. And if something does pop up, don't wait. Go get it checked out. It's real easy to do. There's plenty of locations. I go to the one off Solana Road. But just go online, beachesdermatology.com, make your appointment. You go in and you're taken care of. That's online at beachesdermatology.com.
Clean air, cool air, both are extremely important. Trust Florida Home AC to deliver on both with their Remy Halo, the next generation of air quality technology. Call 777-4300 for Florida Home AC and breathe clean and cool air.
The best teal-colored coverage includes Mia's Quick Hits.
Get the latest news from inside the building and around the league. I'm Mia O'Brien, 1010XL's NFL Insider.
Driven by Arlington Toyota. Available on the video and social channels of 1010XL.
Now that's what I call high-quality H2O. If you want high-quality water in your home at a fair price that won't scare you to death, then talk to someone who knows water and is not a pushy salesman. Contact your local water boy, Keith. I install premium equipment and can repair or even rebuild your existing system. In a business known for aggressive sales tactics, let me show you how my approach is different. If you've got any water problems, contact the water boy at waterboyjack.com.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwoods. Clayton, let's talk about diamond cutting. How is a diamond price affected by the way it is cut?
Frank, that's probably the most important question asked about diamonds, because the trade-off between a diamond cut for maximum beauty and one that's not is the diamond's carat weight. You see, diamond cutters buy rough diamonds based on quality and weight. So as they cut the rough diamond, everything cut away affects profits. However, there's specific known cutting parameters, and each deviation from these means they have a heavier, less beautiful diamond. Unfortunately, a customer can't detect all those cutting imperfections. They need expert help about a diamond's cut grade. You see, for any round diamond of a particular color, clarity, and carat weight, there are as many as 10 different prices that can vary by as much as 50%. At Underwoods, we look specifically at how a diamond's cut before we look at anything else, because it's the most important factor when it comes to a diamond's beauty, and to us, whether it should carry the Underwood name or not.
For lost or broken keys or nearly any make and model of vehicle, call 722-1111 for Instant Keys. Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
This is Dr. Steve Crenshaw, assistant team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jaguars, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
Jaguar head coach Doug Peterson remarked on how he would have liked to have seen more complimentary football during the season.
You know, if the defense played great one day, the offense played poorly, and the offense played great one day, the defense played poorly. And
Jag head coach also during his Q&A shared his high hopes he had at the start of the season.
I really felt coming out of camp that we had the makings to be a really good competitive football team.
Jag O-line center Mitch Morris was glad to be on the winning side of a one-score game after losing so many this season.
Yeah, I mean, it feels nice to be on the other side of those one-score games, right? Like, when you really look back and take a step back and you see those games that we lost, yeah, it's gut-wrenching.
And that's your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguar update. I'm Sam Nelson.
XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
I was talking to Christian Kirk last night. He came in on the TV show, and we were just kind of talking about the business side of things and how things work. And it's an interesting time for them, obviously. He wants to stay here. He wants to be here, obviously. He doesn't know what's going to happen. He doesn't know who will tell him. So usually they'll just go through his agent. But it's definitely odd because let's say there is a change. Then you're going to bring in, then you have to wait for the new coach, the new general manager. They'll evaluate. They'll make their decisions. And then they'll tell you at some point, you know, you're back or you're not back, you know. And so I myself would keep Christian Kirk in the respect that I haven't seen enough out of the other guys to say this guy's worth
listen
letting
to
go.
me. One of my biggest pet peeves is a bad team letting go of an affordable player.
Right.
You know, again, we're not in cap trouble here, gang.
Right.
So whatever, and by the way, when you look at the cap forecast, that includes whatever Christian Kirk's cap is supposed to be next year.
Right.
I would really, really like to see an addition, not a swap. I don't want to swap Parker Washington for Christian Kirk.
2022, he had 84 catches for 1,108 yards.
I mean,
which
that's
is
Brian Thomas, yeah.
and 8 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's Brian Thomas Jr.'s seasons. He's a very good receiver.
And last year, he was on his way to the same thing. He got hurt after 12 games.
Yeah,
he says he's never been hurt more than the last 2 years, though. That's been
I don't, and if he's cool being, if he's not angling out or wanting anything more, then stop it.
And he's not like to me, just in talking to him, I don't know if I want to be here. Brian's going to get all the ball. He's not like that.
Right.
He just wants to help.
He's a perfect receiver here, a 1A, a 1A, 1B.
One thing about this Jaguar football team and the what makes it even more so disappointing is they're all pretty good dudes, and they're
all pretty good players. I think the coaches have done them a disservice and not put them in winning situations.
I'm not sure on that. But
I'm going by what I've seen them do here, not just on what I think their ceiling can be. I've seen Trevor Lawrence, Travis Etienne, Evan Ingram, Christian Kirk be impactful NFL players.
But as we sit here with the, 5th pick
for now,
and it could change this weekend, I'm more and more convinced. For me, and again, there's good football players, right? But if you don't attack the interior of the defensive line, man, I mean, I just can't imagine, or an edge rusher, and like if you brought in an edge rusher, another edge rusher to have 3, which we haven't had
ever
in this regime, despite the fact that we've all been screaming for it. Then you can move Trayvon inside where he will be fine. He's not Eric Armstead who's out of position. Trayvon edge, 41 and 44. The third guy comes in, boom, he moves inside.
I'm okay with all of these players. You got to get good players is the problem.
Right.
The problem is we talk about accurately the position you need, but if it's not the right player, it doesn't matter.
And you pair him with the LSU kid, Mason Smith, who, by the way, was... Again, I don't think they were great. I don't know enough about, I didn't watch. I don't know enough about, but Tennessee with a backup offensive line and a backup running back ran for over 150 yards on us. So that ain't good. But he did have a sack, and he's got 3 sacks, and he's had a couple sacks of late. So he is getting some push up the middle. So there's some stuff happening. But to me, that's the direction that you need to go. Now you can turn around and sit there and go, well, look, why not? This receiver from Arizona is unbelievable, Hick. And I could dream of pairing him with BTJ. And
well, I guess if they pick 5th, the guy that to me, it's just, I can't. I'll sprint it up there. If it's me, it's not going to be available when they pick. And that may be for the best. If you're going to take a guy who weighs 185 pounds, it might be a mistake.
That corner from Michigan might be another one. But again, if it came down to me between a corner and interior lineman, I'm taking the lineman.
Well, then you need him to fall to 7 or 8.
I can get by with Buster as a second corner. Campbell's got to play better. Safety's got to change.
And Jarian Jones has got some potential. We need it, but again, I don't know because, like you mentioned, you started. I'll stay with the art metaphor.
Yeah,
you started with you got a guy up there in Detroit who's painting a masterpiece last night.
He's a Michelangelo.
So I don't know if is it the paint.
Mm-hmm.
Or is it the painter here?
Yeah.
I've got a defensive coordinator who, when the other team's 3rd and 16, has Allen and Walker off the field at the same time.
He's a rotation guy.
That sounds like a kindergartner finger painting.
Oh, man, that may be.
So I don't Jarian. I don't know how much can be gotten out of these guys.
Don't you think on Monday when the discussion with Shad Khan and Doug Peterson happens, don't you think, and I want your opinion on this as well, but don't you guys think that part of the discussion is, I wanted you to call plays. Why didn't you?
Perhaps.
I mean, isn't that going to be a factor going forward? And ultimately, might that be the thing that gives him the springboard to make the change?
I don't think he needs to use that.
He doesn't.
I don't think that he knows to use that because,
no, he knows. He told us at the beginning of this year, I know who I want to call plays.
Okay.
The owner said that.
Okay.
So the head coach defiantly went against the owner, and it sort of burned him. Now, it may not be Press Taylor's fault. I don't know that enough.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But it had to work, because when it doesn't work, then the owner's got to be exasperated. Like, I couldn't make it any more clear who I wanted to call plays. When you were hired, you sat there and said, I will call the plays.
He came here. He said it was not an overnight fix. And he's known for calling plays.
Yeah.
So, that has to be, the conversation. Like, why did you decide to not call plays?
Yeah.
Like, what's your reasoning behind that?
Yeah. I think it's, I don't know, man. I like I said, I think that's such a big part of why he's going to be, why change is coming. I just do. I mean, I think we got to say it.
Well, and again, maybe this is a question better asked for the beat reporters, but just seeing and hearing and following. Like, don't you feel like the team still believes in Trevor?
Yes.
Like, they think he's a dog. They think he's a warrior. He'll play hard. He'll play hard. So I think there's still enough there, because, again, there's a three-pronged attack here. If you're going to be great in the NFL, you got to have a coach, you got to have a GM, you got to have a quarterback.
Right.
There's no faith right now in the coach and GM from the fans' standpoint.
Right.
And that trickles down to less faith in the quarterback than they had before. Like I said, I think the best way to describe Trevor is he went from a guy that you had hopes could be the best quarterback in the league to now a guy that can he be Jared Goff?
Right.
Right? Which is fine. But
it is. It's, I mean, again,
not with the finger painting that's going on here.
Right. And listen, I mean, Trevor's got a lot to show us here.
100%.
We're 4 years
I'm excited about the opportunity of getting a different.
But that's another part of the conversation with Shad Khan and Doug Peterson. I mean, you guys told me people came here to coach this kid. Why isn't he better?
I would not trust what Doug Peterson tells me.
I'm not saying
I
that.
wouldn't ask him. The results show. Why am I going to have this guy have to, which has come, it seems to follow our GM and coach more than others when it comes to defending themselves by blaming others.
This is an important time for Trevor Lawrence. Whoever the new, when the new coach comes in,
I'm sure he'll have a say.
This is like,
or at least be aware.
This is like do or die time. Quite honestly, I mean,
if they clean house, he has to have a say,
or at least be aware. Right. He'll be meeting, and this might be for the coaches that are considering as well.
Part of the decision would be, because we've talked about Mike Vrabel around here, but he's a defensive guy. Mike Vrabel could come in here and install the proper way to do things, okay? And has won in a lot of places, but he's a defensive guy. So,
and his OCs,
if you're Shad Khan, I'm like, okay, but then if Mike Vrabel comes here and has success and he brings in an OC and that OC is good, then that OC gets a head coaching job somewhere else and we got another OC again, right?
But by then you should have by then it should be in place.
Yeah. I mean, listen.
Again, if there's any reason.
Truth be told, Trevor, this year was all systems go for the takeoff.
I think Doug just acts way too comfortable. If I was Shad Khan, I would be livid with him when we met on Monday.
Oh, yeah.
There's some obstinance there. I've got coaches all around the league that at least worry about their security enough that they start firing people. He just sat on his hands. We're good. No fire going on here. Look, the Jets, Saleh fired his guy, then he got fired. Eberflus fired his guy, then he got fired. You got to make some admission that, gosh, I'm screwing this up bad. It's not the players every week. I mean, we went through a 3-week stretch where we can't make all the plays. Sometimes guys got to catch. I mean, there's some truth in that. And sometimes you got to get them wide open, at least a couple times a game. So, I mean, there is no argument, to your poll question, I just don't think there's an argument for keeping one and getting rid of the other. I don't think either one of them has a leg to stand on when it comes to that argument. And I am so sick of this what I feel like is one blaming the other, and we just stuck in a situation of non-accountability. It's hand up time here in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Some hands need to be raised and some admissions of what they've done. Not standing by this, and they should have onboarded there, or they should have given me that, or he should be calling plays, or blah, blah, blah. Hand up.
Yeah.
The hand says 4 in the right hand, and it says 12 in the left.
That's a bad
Let's
hand.
come back and talk some college ball with Riley.
Let's do it.
This is the drill. It's Catlin Truck Accessories Tuesday. The Riley Report is next.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
He's fearless in the face of danger when entering enemy territory.
What is your mission?
Get insights and interviews from Jags beat reporter Hayes Carline when he takes you behind enemy lines. Brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors on 1010XL. Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
Hey, when it comes to insurance, I think we all think kind of the same way. We pay a lot of money monthly, right? When we add up those premiums. So something happens to us, we need answers. We need answers right away. That's what Craig and Chris Kaprowski do for us with Goosehead Insurance, man. I'm telling you, I speak from experience. 2 words that they don't take lightly: customer service. Sometimes it gets lost in this day and age, but not with the Kaprowskis, man. If you call the Kaprowskis after something has happened, they get you answers that day. If they don't answer, they call you right back. They are in touch with you. And it's whatever: homeowners, auto, flood, small business, boat. And I speak from experience. They've helped me. They've helped my young adult children. So get an insurance checkup today. Easy to get a hold of them. Craig.Kaprowski at Goosehead.com. Craig.Kaprowski, K-O-P-R-O-S-K-I at Goosehead.com, or call 478-8422. That's 478-8422. It's Craig and Chris Kaprowski, part of the Goosehead Insurance family, and part of our family, too.
Hacker here, and for the first time in nearly 20 years, I finally get to have a different resolution. Like most of you, mine was always to lose weight. I'd try something for a few weeks, maybe lose a pound or 2, and then give up. Well, I tried. Starting the new year with Awaken 180 isn't a try. It's a sure thing. And why will you stick with it? Because instead of a pound or 2, you'll see results right out of the gate. We all need motivation. After my first 3 weeks with Awaken 180, I was already down 30 pounds. Granted, I had a lot of weight to lose, but look at Dempsey. Look at Matt Hayes. Those guys had results out of the gate too. Dempsey dropped 9 pounds his first week. Matt dropped 12 pounds. Regardless of the weight you need to drop, seeing those fast results will motivate you to reach your goal. Guys, girls, losing weight regardless of how many times you've tried is possible with Awaken 180. Make the sure bet and make 2025 the last time losing weight is your New Year's resolution. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Hicken here for Bout 9 Associates, where you'll find Jacksonville's most esteemed eye doctors at each of their locations. After being selected for one of the most competitive ophthalmology fellowships in the world, Dr. Frank Bowden is frequently called upon for his expert opinion. He is currently one of the few cornea and external disease specialists in the area and the founder of Bout 9. Visit Bout 9 Associates today and experience the difference. Bout 9 Associates, keeping the First Coast focused.
Mia here. Since 1982, Closets by Design has specialized in creating dream spaces for every budget. My designer, Frances, made the process so easy. She came to my house and designed a walk-in closet that's not only beautiful, but also incredibly functional for me and old Beau Valentine. Call today to schedule your free in-home consultation at 800-293-3744. Hey, and if you mention Mia or Helmets and Heels, you'll qualify for free base molding. Call today or visit closetsbydesign.com.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
This holiday season, send someone you love a beautiful arrangement from Kuhn Flowers. JJ here, and I know that when you order from Kuhn, you'll show them how much you care. Online at KuhnFlowers.com.
This is Hayes Carline for Kingfish Pest Control. Are you tired of spiders, ants, roaches, or other pests invading your home turf? Call the winning team at Kingfish Pest Control. I can tell you from my own experience, Kingfish will sack mosquitoes, tackle rodents, and intercept termites before they can blitz into your home. And right now, score 20% off your new pest control service when you start during the 2024 football season. Save big and defend your home with Kingfish Pest Control, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I'm with Craig from Cycles of Jacksonville. If I know anything about the fall, it's hunting season, it's cooler weather. People need to get off-road. What have you got to offer?
We've got the full line of Honda ATVs, the Foreman, the Rancher. We've got the side-by-sides, the Pioneers, the Talons, everything you need to get off-road.
And you can trick them out with all sorts of extras?
If you name it, you want the loud stereo, you want the cool light bar, we got it.
All right, look online, cyclesofjacksonville.com, or head to the showroom on Atlantic near Regency.
Tailgate special alert.
3 pounds of marinated chicken, 2 pounds of marinated steak tips, 2 pounds of fresh ground beef, and 2 pounds of homemade sausage for only $80 to feed your crew.
For tasty tips and juicy breasts, choose Southern Steer Butcher.
David Garrard here. Playing in the NFL can put a lot of wear and tear on your body, especially your knees. Southeast Orthopedic Specialist has kept me mobile and ready to tackle every day.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist.
David Garrard here. I've had the PRP treatment from Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, and my knees are really doing well. Platelet-rich plasma treatment may be the answer for whatever is hurting you.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist.
Now, the Randy Marion Cadillac Drive of the Game. Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville. Drive to the game in luxury with Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville.
The duo of Mac Jones and Brian Thomas Jr. brought the magic when the teal and black needed it most, and also made it look effortless. Thanks to a 16-play sequence capped off by a Brian Thomas Jr. touchdown, Jacksonville would take a 20-10 lead with 7:05 left in the fourth. The 74-yard drive is your Randy Marion Cadillac Drive of the Game.
Hey, John, are you a small business owner looking to make the most of your investments?
Absolutely. And now is the time to take advantage of some incredible tax deductions.
You can qualify for a 2024 tax deduction for up to 60% of the purchase price of a brand new Cadillac.
Think Escalade, Lyric, Optic, XT5, and XT6.
We have over 100 in stock at Randy Marion Cadillac, Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville. It's the perfect time to upgrade your business fleet.
This is not tax advice. Consult with your tax advisor for further details and to determine eligibility, plus tax tag title $8.99 admin fee and resist all and approved credit.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by USA Park Airport Parking. Georgia head coach Kirby Smart, during his Sugar Bowl presser, explained the reason for his confidence in his replacement QB, Gunnar Stockton.
Number one, he makes really good decisions. Number two thing for a quarterback is accuracy. He has accuracy. Decision making is a skill. Accuracy is a huge skill.
Four-star running back Byron Lewis, who originally committed to FSU, revealed why the switch to the Gators.
To me, I feel like UF is what everybody envisioned Florida State was supposed to be. UF with them last 4 games, that stretch, it just showed that, Coach Napier was starting to figure it out.
Gator Bowl week is underway. The number 14th ranked Rebels held their first bowl practice in Jacksonville on Monday. They'll face off against Duke on Thursday, January 2nd, in their quest to achieve 10 wins. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
At 8:05, it's 63 degrees. Your time and your tip is brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, another great guest on the Garber Auto Mall phone line.
Hello.
We can wiggle it. And now, Catlin Truck Accessories brings you the Riley Report with Riley Skinner on 1010XL.
Give me a little bass.
Play him in, strum him in. Our guy, Riles. We got a nice nooner today. You mentioned this yesterday, Alabama, Michigan. But as we bring in Riley on the Wiggle Wiggle hotline, brought to you by Catlin Truck Accessories this morning. Going to demand a rolling lock here. Could be the final appearance of the year.
Okay. Oh boy. I like that walk-up music there. That was good.
You're welcome.
And so let's concentrate on these 4 playoff matchups. I don't even know how to attack the Bowls anymore. I don't know who's playing, who's not. They've lost all their pizzazz.
There's a bowl game yesterday.
Standpoint. Yeah, it was a good game. Yeah.
Mizzou and Iowa.
Brady Cook finally decided to play.
As well?
Yeah, it was. Brady Cook decided to finally play the last game of the year. I mean, perform at least. A lot was expected of him in Missouri. They
won 10 games this year. But for him and the Missouri program,
we didn't watch that game.
They had an easy schedule this year.
He did for Missouri a lot like what Riley Skinner did for Wake Forest.
Oh.
Took them to heights they hadn't been to in quite some time.
Oh, well, there you go. Although Missouri with Chase Daniel and Blaine Gabbert were Big 8 championship level guys, and Wake probably never won 4 games in
bite your tongue,
100 years.
Blaine Gabbert.
All right, let's go with
16 touchdowns.
Let's go with the playoffs. And listen, forget the seeding and all that.
Before we get to the playoffs,
you bet.
No, I think it's hilarious that we have Alabama, Michigan matching up today at a nooner, and no one's talking about it. And we're just going to go on to the playoffs. What a world we're living in today.
I'm very curious to see the attendance at that game. Do you think it'll be packed? I don't know. I really don't. If you're Alabama, do you go to that game? You spent so much money for football over the last few years. I don't know.
Hey, those fans are saving up to pay into a little more of the NIL collective
Oh my
to hopefully get to a playoff to use that money for those expenses.
That idiot idiot AD at Alabama.
It's to answer at least part of your question. I've just gone on one of the seat brokerage, and there are plenty of good seats. You can get a seat, in fact, as low as $88 right now, and there are 473 listings, and some of these listings, 6 to 8 tickets. So, yeah.
Hey, I got a question.
Mm-hmm.
Why can Bryce Underwood
Great
practice
question.
with Michigan right now? Did you see that?
Yeah, because
I don't get that.
He can't play. Usually it has to be first day of class.
Yeah.
But I remember our boy Big Jake Guarnera from Ponte Vedra High School went to Michigan last year, and he practiced with them during the national championship run before school started as well. So
interesting.
As an early enrollee, I guess they let them practice, but I don't know the rule about it.
Yeah, I thought it was. With you, I thought it was beginning of class, which would be first week of January, and no, we're in December. The man's wearing
the bigger
blue and yellow, suited up.
The bigger question I have for you, Riley, is how come, like, the Tulane quarterback was going into the portal, the backup guy. He was going to play against the Gators and go into the portal. But yet James Franklin made this huge deal about his backup guy who wanted to stay with Penn State, and he could have, right? He could have.
Until their season's over.
Yeah, but he chose
instead
to leave.
Maybe needs some Christmas shopping money.
I don't know. And he ended up, where did he end up going? Was it Bo Priblu? Is it Baylor?
It was out west, southwestern. I don't know. Any news that happened while I was on the boat is you got a 50-50 chance here with me. I got news for you.
On to the playoffs.
Yeah, listen, Boise's got a
Missouri. He went to Missouri.
Okay.
For $1.5 million.
Boise's got a better fighting chance than an 11.5-point dog to me. The betting lines on these games to me are curious, and I don't want to make that the entire storyline. And I know it's on a neutral field, the Fiesta Bowl, where Boise State, by the way, has had some of its proudest moments as a football program. I think odds makers are giving Penn State way too much credit here. I expect this to be a ball game. What do you guys think?
I do too. I think this is, to me, the biggest toss-up in terms of two teams. This is probably just a personal issue. I haven't watched a ton of. Like, we know what Boise is. Penn State, Jeff, we've talked about this numerous times, like kind of the same old Penn State we've seen for a while. I'm not overly sold on their complete team, although I look at Penn State, I think where the 11 points come from, is I look at Penn State, I think they're like seventh ranked defense in the country. And to me, if you got a stout front seven and have had a stout front seven all year, and you're playing a team that's, in all due respect, fairly one-dimensional.
Fair.
I think it just plays to the favor of Penn State, and that's where I'm seeing. I mean, the Penn State quarterback, like he's been pretty, sneaky efficient. The Allaire kid, he's thrown for $3,000, 21 touchdowns, single-digit picks. He's been pretty solid, but not as explosive as the Ohio States and the Oregons of the Big Ten. So, again, I think they're poised enough from the defensive side to give Boise all they can handle. But then I look at Boise and I'm like, look, they played Oregon about it better than anybody.
You stepped right into the point that I was going to wonder along with you guys. And first, but you can also add this to that Penn State, the good defense at South 7, and the single-minded purpose of stopping Genty. The Boise, They can't, like other big games have, if you're playing Ohio State and they got Ezekiel Elliott, well, then he's still got 3 guys on the outside and a quarterback that can beat you. But I wonder, this is a danger of giving Boise too much credit for that close loss to Oregon, because at the same time I can counter, they won at UNLV 29-24. They beat Nevada 28-21. They won at Wyoming 17-13. So, against
their final stretch wasn't very impressive.
Yeah, just kind of getting through it.
Because of what? Because of everybody realizes focus 99% of your attention on stopping the run. And no one was talking about Ashton
Genty
as much as they were Genty, in the beginning of the season as they were
of course not.
middle towards the end, right?
For sure.
So then it's like, all right, now we've realized what we got to do. And so their games have gotten closer and closer against very average opponents. So, yeah, I'm with you. I'm going to lean towards Penn State here. I don't know if it's 11. 11 does seem like a lot. And Boise has proven to be a solid team. And like you said, played Oregon. That was the beginning of the year, but still they went up against the best team in the country and put up a darn good fight. So I'm with you, Jeff. I think it's not 11.5, but I do still think Penn State comes out on top here.
Why do I think Ohio State's going to win the whole thing?
I don't think you're the only one that has that same mindset.
Is it because they look so good against Tennessee?
Has to be. Because they looked so bad against Michigan the 2 weeks previous. They looked like they were borderline a playoff team the way they dropped that one at home. Again, to your point.
Mm-hmm. If you had to pick a team, who would you pick?
That's a good. Now that is a great question. I don't know.
Right now,
who would you pick, Ross?
It's either one of the two guys.
Ohio State, Oregon,
in the Rose Bowl. Yeah. It's one of those two.
I think Notre Dame's going to beat Georgia. Do you think Notre Dame's going to beat Georgia, Riley?
Are we moving past Ohio State, Oregon? And going
no. We're bouncing around. We're bouncing.
All right, we're bouncing. We're
bouncing.
Dan, I do. I like Notre Dame in this one. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I like Notre Dame because one, it's the biggest game. It's the biggest game under Freeman's career, coaching career right now. I think they've got a team. Like you watch them play, it's pretty fun to watch Notre Dame play. I feel like that nucleus in the locker room and their style, they freaking love each other. You can tell, like it's visible. Now their D tackle that's out, Mills kid, that's a huge loss because I think Georgia's going to depend a lot on their running game with Carson Beck out, and so Notre Dame's biggest D tackle is out, which is not great. But Riley Leonard, I like watching Riley Leonard. I loved watching him at Duke. I think his legs are going to be the X factor in this game, not because he's going to run for 70, 80 yards. I think he's really tough when he tucks the ball and gets 8 to 10 to 12 to extend drives. They got a strong running game. And Georgia, it's been a weird season to watch Georgia play. It doesn't seem like their whole heart's in it. It doesn't seem like they have the defensive tenacity they used to. And to me, the game itself is just not as big for Georgia as it is Notre Dame. And I know you have national championship implications on the line, so it is a big game. Don't get me wrong. But for Notre Dame, for Freeman, this is the biggest game they've played in, and I like them to pull that upset. I don't even know if it's an upset. Is it an upset?
Georgia's a 1-point favorite. Kirby might be piping this into the locker room as you speak. I'm curious. I'm curious about this. I can't pick Notre Dame. I don't strongly feel Georgia's going to win, but I can't pick against Georgia and I just can't pick against them until they lose that big important game against someone that's not coached by Nick Saban and played with 4 first-rounders named Alabama. I can't. I'm not going to bet against Kirby and Georgia. And I'll add this: I'd like to know the last time Kirby Smart lost a football game where he had 2 weeks to prepare. I don't know. The last regular season loss was 2020. And that Florida game, maybe he had 2 weeks that year, maybe he didn't. I want to know the last time Kirby had 2 weeks to get his team ready and revved and riled and growling and snarling and convinced that nobody believes in him. Right. Like how many times he has to do that before we say,
I think I heard yesterday that Kirby's like 6-2 in the playoff. I would suspect maybe those losses were at Alabama, but I don't know.
I don't blame you with that mindset of until I'm not going to bet against them.
Georgia,
that's the way I think. That's the way the mindset works. That's the way I felt the same way with Alabama. Honestly, until really this year when DJ played, it's kind of how I felt with Dabo and Clemson. Like, until they prove they can't do it, it's hard to go against them.
They just won.
I totally get it. Yeah. There's just something about Marcus Freeman I really like, and I think he's building something special up there. And I think they got a good squad.
And that can go both ways.
Complete.
The importance of the game can go both ways, right? It can overwhelm you, and Georgia's been in this microscope. They've been in this.
That's where, if we're ping ponging around, that's where I feel like why I like Oregon over Ohio State.
Okay.
I just think Dan Lanning, it just mentally is towering over Ryan Day. I do.
Well,
I think Ryan Day is puckered. The Michigan deal, I know they looked phenomenal against Tennessee.
At home.
Yeah.
At home.
Not on a neutral field.
But, look, he's all Ryan Day. I mean, everybody in the country is breathing down his neck going, all right, lost to Michigan.
That's some pressure. That's a good point. I hadn't really thought about it.
What are you going to do?
I like it.
And the way Dan Lanning operates from a viewer's perspective, it's awesome. I love watching that guy coach. I love the way he operates. I love the way his team comes out with kind of that swagger and the way they.
He was a home run hire. He was the next great. They found the next great one. You go get these assistants, and sometimes it's Muschamp, and sometimes it's Dan Lanning, and they got a certified Grand Slam home run who has gone out there and dominated a year ago, and now dominated the Big Ten, a conference with Penn State, Ohio State,
playing
Michigan.
loose, they're playing loose. They're playing fun, fast.
Be a fun
Dylan
game.
Gabriel looks surgical with the ball. I mean, he's so timely. He's incredibly accurate. He knows exactly where he wants to go with the ball. They've got playmakers. I mean, they're a very balanced offense, in my opinion. I mean, but then again, Will Howard looked pretty darn good against Tennessee.
He looked terrible against Michigan, though.
He did. I know.
Although part of that was
but
the
what
game
have he done
plan.
for me lately? And what have he done for me lately is he put up a stellar performance against
That's
Tennessee.
fair.
So it's go ahead.
I was going to say, I want to change subject, so finish your thought because I want to ask you about somebody else. So go ahead.
I had no good thought.
Okay, good.
You're just answering.
Right. I want to ask you about Carson Beck and his decision to go pro. Before I do, I have a little clip. This is Todd McShay talking about Carson Beck. Do you have that, E?
Carson Beck made a bad decision to leave early. I texted a bunch of guys in the league, GMs, former GMs, scouts. One scout wrote back to me, one-word answer, foolish. I thought he got better late in the season, as I said, but I don't think he's there yet. Played great in certain moments. I thought he played better late in the season, but he never this year played to the level that many of us expected him to play to. I just don't know that he's ready.
Okay.
Why would?
All right, that's good. So just your thoughts about him.
I would concur.
You would concur? Okay.
The injury just such a monkey wrich in. I said this, Riley.
Now let me throw these numbers at you. Because he has a 1 year of eligibility left, and he'd go get paid $3-4 million so immediately. But then I was thinking, okay, well, what do they actually get paid? So I said, okay, well, let's say Mason Smith, right, 48th pick. Let's say Carson Beck went 48th, I mean, somewhere in that area, end of the second roundish, middle second round. He got a 4-year, $8 million contract, 5.7 guaranteed. So it's still a lot more money.
It's more than you would make if you stay.
Look, where does he get picked? That's a question.
And Riley, I wonder this, if there might be, because of the injury. I mean, he's messed up the UCL. He's had to have surgery. If he plays the stick around and play another year game and it won't be at Georgia, and he winds up at another school, and the offense doesn't quite click, and his elbow isn't quite right, and he does nothing but plummet further, is it best just to keep some unknown in the ceiling, right? And work out and rehab and approach the NFL that way. I mean, rather than run the risk of going around 6 next year, come out now and probably go around 3 maybe at the lowest.
This is weird, since if you're looking at a strict money perspective, the guy's making what at Georgia right now?
He was done at Georgia, Riley. That parting there is, they're done. Those two won't continue together. That was not an option.
Well, I'm just saying he's making a couple million probably right now.
1.5, what we heard initially with him, something about that. Enough for that Lambo.
Yeah.
To me, I look at the draft. I mean, he may just be looking at the draft class this year and thinking, shoot, this is probably the best chance I have on a collective group of quarterbacks. I mean, top quarterbacks, you're looking at who? Cam Ward.
Shador. That's it.
And then Quinn Ewers.
Yeah, and he's fallen off. I mean,
he might go back.
I look at Cam Ward and Shador and they're good. They're like 190 pounds. I just don't see it.
Right.
I think overall they're not 190 pounds, but still, I think Carson Beck has a better chance of getting in that upper round if he went now, and maybe keep that optimism that what's the word I'm looking for? Ambiguity of I don't know how his surgery's going to go, but we kind of knew what we had before.
Right. That's what I mean.
Don't come back and have a have a weaker arm playing in college football again.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was kind of over watching Carson Beck about week 8. He didn't have it. He didn't have it. I don't know. I just don't think he's going to. Overall, I just don't think he's going to be a great NFL prospect in my
All right.
personal opinion.
Last game of the college football playoff am I the only one that it gives pause for Texas's side? We can agree before we start this game. The ACC was putrid this year. They have been putrid in the bowls. They're good teams that are supposedly be good. One's got a quarterback that quits at halftime. The other gets blown out in a playoff game they should have never been invited to. And then the third, Clemson, somehow trails Texas on the road by 7 with 10 minutes to go. Should that not give me pause as to just how good Texas is?
I just don't buy Arizona State.
Well, and that's fair. But I just overall, does anyone here?
No, I think if you asked us, who do you think going to win the national championship? Not one of us three came up with Texas.
Where would we put Texas? Like if we were going down the list of who we think was going to win, power ranking them from 1 to 8, where would Texas be below half?
No,
would they be 5 or would they be 3 or 4?
I'd probably put them 3 or 4.
Yeah. I can't put them ahead of Georgia never, and there's no world I can put them ahead of Georgia. Is there any way they play next? Who plays next? No, Oregon, Ohio State would play Texas, Arizona State.
Is that right?
Should be right. 1-8 versus 4-5, and then 2-7 will play 3-6. So if Georgia can get by Notre Dame, they got these plodding northern teams that the SEC's had good success against. I'm with you. I don't think Arizona State beats Texas, but Arizona State can score, and Texas is, they've not. What's their dominant moment this year? Texas A&M, and that was a relatively close game. I mean, what
Texas A&M went belly up too down the stretch.
Yeah, I know
they look pretty darn good against Clemson until third quarter. But it's a 4-quarter game.
I think the fascinating thing with me with Texas, again, I hate to go back to the quarterbacks, Riles, but you got Quinn Ewers, you got people telling him to go back for another year. And he ain't going to be able to go back to Texas because Texas is saying, we're going with Arch. So
they're ready
good luck,
for Arch.
Quinn.
They're ready for Arch.
This guy might go win a natty and might have to go play college ball someplace else.
And to take it even further ironic, it's the exact thing that Texas has to do. Yeah. You can't sign Arch Manning, not play him.
Right.
That's it. You got to make the switch.
Oh, he's got to switch. Yeah. It's crazy.
Have you been curious when Arch comes, like what? There doesn't seem a rhyme or reason of when Arch comes in and why he comes in for how many plays. There's some agreement there.
Yeah.
They bring him in and he runs around right edge. I don't know what they're doing with him.
He had that long run. I was, he's faster than yours. We can use him as a run.
Silly.
He's a thrower, man.
Yeah. He's a thrower.
You got a rolling lock for us before we get out of here, Ross? The Catlin Truck Accessories rolling lock of the week. I got that rolling lock, by the way. I live with that thing. Wouldn't want to truck without it.
You want to plug it?
I just did. The rolling lock.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I'm going to take Penn State. I like Penn State over Boise.
Wow, give them a
big cover.
Okay, good. Yeah. I like that.
I'm going to take them.
That's probably a smart play. I bet you the whole gambling world is on Boise getting those points. I bet you it's, I bet you there. I'm going to find out.
It's unfortunate that the brackets are the way they are. This is the first time we're going through it to see Ohio State and Oregon and the way it
they messed it up. They'll fix it next year, though.
But they'll fix it.
Yeah.
But all that being said, tomorrow is one of the best days of the year for college football.
Oh, it's going to be awesome.
Fantastic. Put the TV on at noon.
Starts today, really. These are
games today.
Well, I like Alabama, Michigan.
Right.
I like South Carolina, Illinois. I'll watch Baylor, LSU. I will. Maybe not everyone. And then the playoff game tonight. 62% of the money is on Boise at now plus 11. So that's not an overwhelming amount. So
let's see if we can end the year with a Keith Catlin Truck Accessories rolling lock.
I love
successful pick.
All right.
Of the Nittany Lions over the Broncos.
Sounds great. All right, Riles. Appreciate you. Happy New Year, brother.
You too, boys. See you later.
There he goes. The Riley Report. Brought to you by Catlin Truck Accessories.
The Drill on 1010 XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. A sturdy defense keeps your end zone safe like a superior fence keeps your family and pets safe.
It's fantastic.
After the game, catch the Superior Fence and Rail Defensive Player of the Game on 1010 XL.
All right, Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwoods. In today's world of retail, how has a store like Underwoods stayed viable against the big national stores?
Frank, that's a question with a direct answer. At Underwoods, we've never aspired to be the biggest. What we've always tried to do is be the best. When you take this approach, there's some things that come to mind immediately, like fine quality merchandise bought by buyers that are experts, high levels of service delivered by a staff that are helpful and know what they're doing. Then there's some things that people don't really think about at all, like the finer a gem, the more rare it is. And these gems are not mass producible because they were made by God millions of years ago. Because of that, there just aren't enough of these for the big multi-store retailers to buy and put into their merchandising schemes. So at Underwoods, we buy these finer, rarer gems and create jewelry pieces that the people in Jacksonville expect out of us.
When you want the best, it's Underwoods. Underwood Jewelers in San Marco, in Avondale, and at the shops of Ponte Vedra.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Electricians, innovators, and tech enthusiasts, listen up. Miller Electric is shaping the future, and we want you to be a part of it. From healthcare and data centers, corporate offices, aviation, and industrial facilities, Miller Electric is powering the most exciting projects in Jacksonville and beyond. We offer not just a job, but a thrilling career with great pay and incredible benefits. Visit us at millercareers.com to apply. Miller Electric, where your skills meet our vision, and equal opportunity employer.
Time now for a medical recap. A health and wellness tip from Jaguars head team physician, Dr. Kevin Kaplan.
Regular strength training is key to maintaining muscle mass. Like muscle building, you need to stress the muscle to maintain strength. This means lifting enough weight and doing enough reps to the point where it's too hard to do one more. Yoga and Pilates are also lower impact muscle building workouts that help maintain lean body mass and improve flexibility. Let's get moving, Jacksonville.
Cooking with Prisco.
These things are wonderful. You're going to love it. Have a rolling.
Catch CBS Sports senior NFL writer Pete Prisco every Friday afternoon on The Franchi Show. Brought to you by Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles on 1010XL.
When it comes to towing products, your safety on the road is the priority at Cannons of Jacksonville. Whether it's a heavy-duty tow hitch, trailer frame, wiring, gooseneck, tow bar, or any other towing accessory, Cannons has decades of experience to ensure your towing setup is installed with precision and reliability. Visit cannonsofjacks.com to explore a range of products and schedule your installation. Cannons of Jacksonville, your trusted partner for a smoother tow.
Hey folks, Dave Binion with Zero Res. I asked my wife what she wants for Christmas, and she said the same thing she does every year. She wants a clean home full of family and friends. That means the carpets, the tile and grout, the large oriental rug in our family room, and the huge sectional sofa that everyone loves to hang out on all need a good Zero Res cleaning. Give Zero Res a call and get your carpets cleaned for only $49 a room, and get your tile and grout cleaned for 25% off. Zero Res, spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
Frank Frangie here for Stanley Pools. You know, pool design has come a long way, and if your pool is outdated, Stanley Pools specializes in bringing older pools up to date for the whole family to enjoy. That's why I did it a few years ago, and man, I love the way my pool looks now after we added travertine pavers and so much else. Stanley Pools has been serving our community since 1988, so call them today at 269-7277 or find them online at stanleypoolsfl.com. That's Stanley Pools, a family tradition of fine swimming pools.
This is head coach Matthew Driscoll from the UNF men's basketball team. When our players suffer an orthopedic injury, Southeast Orthopedic Specialists gets our players back on the court pain-free.
We appreciate the endorsements from our high school and college coaches. This is Dr. Kevin Murphy. The next time you need orthopedic care, you can rely on our team at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
And we're back. The NFL season was just 1 week to
She's
go.
She's a good girl.
Loves her mama.
Loves her mama.
Loves Jesus.
Loves Jesus.
Her boyfriend, too.
Thank you very much. He's a good coach. Calls great plays. Had tickets since 9.
Yeah, man, let it ride, bro.
I'm a big fan. Love my Jaguars. Had tickets since 1995. I'm a big fan. Crazy about Gabbert when my Jags win. Man, glad to be alive.
You know what I asked you,
Yeah.
This is how many hits we put out.
I'm telling you.
I took out my earphones and I asked him off mic, is this new?
Oh, for real? There's so many of them.
I don't remember this.
And then he says Gabbert.
Yeah.
It's a Gabbert.
Oh, I didn't even hear Gabbert. Wow. Well, that makes me feel better. It wasn't last year.
Right. Right.
Okay, good. There must be 100, man.
Hey, what am I doing here in the chorus? Are we free fall? What are we doing?
Well, free fall is the song.
Yeah.
Now I'm back. Bag Warren.
Bag Wars.
Yeah, I'm back.
Bag War.
We're Bag War. Something's never changed,
Something's
man.
never changed.
We've been here so long. We've been writing songs like that. 4 quarterbacks
Still
ago, gang. You think you're frustrated? Somebody on the text line, I moved here 10 years ago, and I can't believe how. Hey, buddy, get in line.
Yeah.
We got a bunch of us jokers here. Jacksonville through and through. Been season ticket holders since day one, and we've seen nothing but a punch in the face. Gosh, just a punch in the face. Boom, boom, boom.
Some people call him a right tackle. Yeah. Some call him the lineman of love. Some people call him Aggie. With skills from the man up above. Yeah.
What right tackle has ever deserved a song here?
Right?
Who is it?
Talk about him, baby.
Do you know who it is?
You don't know?
Saying he ain't
Hold on,
tough,
right.
ain't that tough.
Just a big fat dog.
Well, don't you worry, baby, don't worry. Yeah. 'Cause our boy Luke will be more than tough enough. Is it Smoker?
'Cause he's a blocker, got a locker. He's a hitter, who's on Twitter. Playing football in the sun.
Who is it?
Joker.
He's a
Jokel.
Or a midnight
He's a joker. Getting pancaked on the run.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, it's
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. You know, it's jeez,
Make
Jokel.
it
How
green.
long
Oh,
ago
it's
was
just
that
like, again, another top 3 pick that wasn't worth a flip.
Right.
God, dog, man.
Man, stop the insanity shot. Stop the
try.
insanity
We
again.
try.
We got a, just ballet on display last night in San Francisco.
Oh, my gosh.
Hey, if they played another 20 minutes, they scored another 40 points.
Barishnikov. I tell you a guy I like, and I don't think he'll fit here, but I'm excited for him to get another chance because I think he was real open and he He was vulnerable in terms of saying, you know what? I think he's got some points. I'm excited for Brian Flores to get another job. I think Brian Flores might be a good coach.
Okay.
And I like it because, boy, those Vikings play good defense.
Just don't have a team that's not alpha.
They're soft.
Yeah. You're soft if you can't, if your coach is mean to you, if you're a professional athlete and your coach is mean to you, you're soft.
He handled it well.
After the fact. Oh, I didn't know I was hurting his feelings.
Yeah, I thought he handled it really well.
I thought it did not show well for Tua, leader of men. And I understood his point to a degree. But again, that's a new mentality. This new generation of getting in your feelings.
Because, by the way,
wasn't around in the old days. Back in the old days, if a player lost his spot or he didn't like his coach, they didn't get in their feelings, man.
And by the
Today
way,
you do. You just get in your feelings.
Yeah. Go ask Mark about Tom.
I mean, seriously, Mark never got in his feelings. When he get ticked off and use that anger sometimes, you bet he would. But you know what he didn't do? Whine and complain, and he was mean to me. And there's a lot of that. It's not just Tua. There's a lot of that. These new-fangled, quarterback and these guys that have, getting millions of dollars in high school.
He was Ryan Poles' Boston College teammate.
Huh. Well, I don't bring Poles with him.
Well, he ain't bringing Poles. He's going to Chicago.
Who is? Okay.
Yeah.
How Poles has a job is a good question. I mean, they've gone through 3 or 4 coaches, 2 or 3 quarterbacks.
We did that yesterday with Ballard.
Yeah.
I mean,
right.
The weird thing in Chicago, from what I hear, and I'll have to ask Taylor about this because she knows the Bears so well, is that I keep reading I guess this guy Kevin Warren, who was the Big Ten commissioner, he's like the president of the Bears now, and so sometimes those extra layers become a problem too. You know what I'm saying? We're screaming for an EVP down here. Bears basically have one, but what's his role? Nobody quite understands what his role is with the Bears. Who's in charge? Is it Poles? Is it Warren? Is it the coach? So, and a lot of teams are always afraid of, and I do believe this with Belly. This is why Belly said, the hell with it, I'll go to Carolina. A lot of it is they don't want it. They're afraid to give all to the guy who kind of is a take charge guy.
Look, I mean, you make up a great point. If you get a defensive guy, and Flores would fit that. Pete Carroll wants to get back in coaching too. Old for here. Braybold is out there. But if you get a defensive guy, then you got to get the offensive guy to go with him. And then you got to make sure that the offensive guy isn't so good that he's gone in a year or two. But I think if you can get the offense rolling, Dan, you keep the system in place. These top quarterbacks don't struggle if their coordinators leave. That's silliness.
Mm-hmm.
Get the right head coach. I'll worry about it. The right head coach, by the way, hires the right coordinators. Like, our guys don't do that. We got an offensive-minded coach in Doug Peterson. His offense stinks.
Yeah.
It's like slow growing grass. So, for getting an offensive head coach, if he's negligent in the other head, look, part of being a head coach is choosing the defensive coordinator to go battle with.
Yep.
You're just terrible at it. I mean, our defense is awful, and it wasn't great last year with that hire. So, yeah, I don't.
Hey, how do you score the Amon-Ra St. Brown hook and lateral in fantasy?
Well,
because I'm looking at it says Amon-Ra St. Brown gets 1 reception for plus 1 yard, 0.6 fantasy points. Yep. Jamison Williams gets 41 yards and a touchdown, 10.1.
That's correct.
That's how it works?
Yeah. I don't know. I think it should be a run for Williams, but it's not. It's recognized as a catch.
Well, that kind of stinks for Amon-Ra. He made the catch in the pitch.
Yeah, but he didn't do anything. Caught a 1 yard pass. Yeah. I don't think he would have scored.
No, he was. He was falling down. I mean, it was great play. Oh, I love that guy. I love him so much. Oh my goodness! What happened? Something happening?
No, nothing's happening. I was trying to get it working, and I can't do it. Man, old dog, old trick. Didn't think that this guy had it in him anymore. Today's Shazam Spotlight comes from the ever-popular NBA.
Okay.
I would have never. By the way, you know what? I can't. How much
about Russ?
Yeah, I'll get to that sound. First, I'm going to divert for 1 second. How much attention does a dude need then to proclaim he could play another 5 to 7 if he, quote, wanted to?
He probably could.
Man, why do you need to say, if you think you can play a 5 to 7, then just play 5 to 7. Don't tell us you can play 5 to 7, but I probably won't. What?
I tell you why. Yeah, I tell you why he can't play 5 to 7 because Bronny will be retired by then.
Where my jersey at, man?
I forgot it again.
Oh, no.
It's a good point. It's at home.
No.
I keep forgetting it.
That's too bad. Yeah,
Thursday.
Today's Shazam Spotlight. Today's Shazam Spotlight brought to you by ShazamAuto.com. It was a turn back the time even to an era where Russ Westbrook couldn't even do this.
Yeah.
But Russ, who set right, he became the triple-double king. Triple-doubles have become cheap since Russ made them easy.
Yep. Agreed.
Right? The
Yep.
triple-double was a big deal until Russ got one every game, and suddenly they're now it's not even that big a deal when people get them. But last night, Russell Westbrook became the third player in the history of the NBA to have a triple-double with no turnovers and shoot 100% from the field and the free throw line. According to research, he joins Nikola Jokic and Domantas Sabonis. You know what those two dudes have in common, gang? They play in around the basket. It's easier to have a 100% shooting night when you're playing where Jokic and Sabonis do. But if you're Russ, and we've seen the brick of a shot that he'll put up. All three games were played after turnovers were first tracked in 1977. Westbrook finished with 16 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, 7 of 7 from the field, 2 of 2 from the line. It's his 201st career triple-double, most in NBA history, and it's the second of those 201 in which he shot 100% from the field.
I got
first ballot Hall of Famer, right? By the way, despite he never did win his title, did he?
Oh, he did.
He jumped around and chased. He's not gonna end with a title, but he'll definitely end with a Hall of Fame career.
I got two
Shazam.
I got two questions for you guys.
Okay.
That I wanted to ask you, but I'm trying to confirm. Number one is, I guess that's not correct. This has changed, man. This changes a lot. Okay, number one, who are the two leaders in the NBA in rebounds? The two leaders in the NBA in rebounds so far this year. E, I'm going to ask you, and then when you tell me who it is, I'm going to tell you you're wrong, and then we'll fight in the break.
Is it Jokic?
No, Jokic is third. One surprised me.
One surprised you?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think of him as a rebounder.
Oh, okay.
Which is probably...
So it's probably not a center.
It's probably my ignorance.
It's probably not a center then.
That's a good. I don't know if he's playing too much outside. He's shooting a lot of threes.
Okay.
No, it's the guy I just mentioned, man. That guy, I bet you he leads the league in rebounds. Sabonis.
Sabonis is one of them.
Okay.
Sabonis is 13.6. This guy's 13.5, which is a lot of rebounds in this day and age.
Sabonis is okay. One. You said 3 was Jokic. All right, E, it's either we got 3 things here because each of us direct trivia questions based on something that caught our interest.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
this is either a relative unknown and Sabonis caught his eye.
Okay. It's like
Nick.
a Laker or Nick.
A Laker or Nick.
Right.
Jalen Johnson is 11th, by the way, in case you're wondering.
Jalen Johnson's been terrific. Is he double figures in rebounds or no?
10.2.
Is he 20 points also or no? Does it have that?
Don't worry.
Don't worry about it.
What about
19.9.
What about
AD? Anthony Davis?
Anthony Davis is
like top
11.5. He's 6th.
Okay.
Oh, who's that? Did they get rid of that? The Knicks have that rebounding center dude, but I thought they traded him.
Mitch ain't playing.
The guy who got in. I hit it. It's a Nick. It's Towns.
Oh.
Yeah. That's surprising.
Wow.
How many?
13.5.
Because he's another one that'll play outside. He had a huge game last night. So
best shooting big man in NBA history.
Yeah. And he's
a rebounder too.
He was driving last night. Had a couple of highlight plays around the rim. He is the tallest guy with the shortest vert in the league. Carl Anthony Towns can't jump 2 feet off. I can't jump 2 inches off the ground. He's got no vert. But good player. He's been a good addition. I worried about that with the Knicks because they were that blood and guts, sawdust kind of team, and he's a diva.
Who leads the NBA in 3-pointers made per game?
Are we going back to the Knicks again? Now is it Brunson?
No.
Is it Trey?
Not Trey.
It's not Trey.
Trey leads the NBA in assists by
a wide margin. Yeah, he's changed his game a little bit.
Word. That's what's up.
LeBron's 4th, by the way, in assists.
Yeah.
Shout out.
So you're asking
most 3-pointers made per game.
Okay, so it's not a percentage. I gotta go Steph. He's still firing.
Steph is 2nd.
Okay. This isn't the Carl Anthony Towns block, is it?
It's not the Carl.
Okay.
Anthony Edwards is 3rd.
Ant-Man.
Tyler Hero is fourth, but he's first in fights lost.
KD?
No, this is going to be some outlier. It's going to be some, like who's the young guy for Houston? Jalen
Green.
It's going to be somebody. What about the other Sacramento? What about Fox? No.
No.
Swiper.
No.
Tatum.
How about LaMelo Ball?
Oh yeah, that makes sense. I don't ever watch them, but he
fired. I'm sure he got a green light.
He's a good player. What's he hit? 4 or 5 a game?
4.5 a game.
That's a lot of made threes a game. I wonder what he's shooting a game. 12. What are the best? Who's the best? Just real quick, click on the category. Who's the best percentage but high volume? Do we have a 50% guy this year? Do we have a guy who's just
percentage?
Yeah,
stand by.
But got to be high volume. We don't need the 4 for 8 guy.
Yeah. Best high volume guy is.
Did you say Tyler Hero on that last guess? I would have guessed him.
Jokic.
Over what?
48.9.
Isn't that unbelievable?
2.3 or 4.7 per game.
And Jokic is suffering from Lamar-itis here. Only he does have the title, and that he could be the MVP every year. You just give it to the man every year. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, 48.9%.
Catlin Truck Accessories Tuesday. Getting ready for the new year with some NBA talk.
Who knew?
Back with some pigskin next.
All right.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Everybody, Mike Dempsey here. Listen, I'm all about a sure thing. I like putting my money down knowing I'm going to win, and that's exactly what Awaken 180 was for me, a sure bet. I dropped 25 pounds in just over a month, and let me tell you, the results speak for themselves. Now, imagine this. You start Awaken 180 now, and when February rolls around, you've already lost 20 pounds. Or maybe you're like Matt Hayes, down 40 pounds by March. And don't even get me started on Hacker. Dude's lost over 100 pounds. Life-changing results, and I got to see it firsthand. Awaken 180 isn't some gimmick. You eat, you're never starving, and the weight just comes off fast. No guesswork, no crash diets, just a plan that works. And the best part, it's built to last thanks to free support for life. Don't wait for another failed resolution. Start your new year with the program that is the sure bet. Visit awaken180weightloss.com or call 844-346-1800. Make sure this year is the year you win big with Awaken 180.
If you're watching football this season, you know anything can happen. And on Hard Rock Bet, we mean anything. One fan in South Florida turned a $1 touchdown parlay into a $40,000 payday. Hard Rock Bet has parlays for days. With flex parlays, now you can even miss a few picks and still get paid. Parlays for every kind of play. Only on Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us. When your first bet or get up to $100 back in bonus bets. Payable and bonus bet up to $100, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
You don't have to be a football star to get a signing bonus. The team at Republic Services needs your skills, and they're paying up to $5,000 for you to join the roster. You'll be joining a winner. As an essential business, the Republic Services trucks have not stopped rolling with hourly and weekly pay and better benefits and vacation packages than the rest of the league. Driver trainees, $1,000 sign-on bonus. CDL drivers, $3,000. Diesel mechanics, $5,000 bonus. Join the winning team at Republic Services today. Visit republicservices.com.
Equal opportunity employer.
Mark Watson with Hardball Creative. What's better than beer? Cold beer. Put your company logo on a custom koozie. Check them out at hardballcreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
Get this thing unwrapped here.
Praz, what in the world are you doing working on your Duval?
That's right, man. I really identify with Duval.
You live in St. John's County, knucklehead.
I mean the Duval sub, the Daily Stash Duval. Turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheeses. Lettuce, tomato, crispy and fresh, like me. I'm sure there's a Daily Stash sub that sums you up.
The boss.
Because, of course.
Oven roasted beef, Munster cheese, roasted mushrooms, caramelized onions. It's the boss of all subs. Only available for me.
That's just not true.
What do you mean? I walked in the other day, screamed, "You know it!" and said, "A boss for a boss."
Well, no matter who you are, there is a Daily Stash sandwich or sub for you.
Go find yours. They may even make you a boss.
I'm sure they will, because it is Daily Stash.
Where more is better.
And you got that right.
The Florida Forum welcomes New York Times bestselling author Deepak Chopra, moderated by Shad Khan, January 15th. funds raised for a Kids Care Mobile ICU, a neonatal and pediatric critical care transport vehicle. Kids Care vehicles and helicopters safely transport more than 2,200 infants and children a year to Wolfson Children's Hospital. To get your tickets, call 202-2886 or click thefloridaforum.com.
Bowl season is like a college football snow globe. And with 1010XL's Ultimate Bowl Challenge, you can decorate your life with $1,000 in jewelry from Beard's Diamonds if you win.
Let's do this.
Yeah. Get your picks in at 1010XL.com.
Homeowners, listen up. Did you know that 9 out of 10 borrowers get a better deal by calling Loan Pronto? Hey, it's Prosser here, and the Fed has dropped the rates again. The election is over, and Loan Pronto has APRs in the low 5s for refis, debt consolidation, and purchase loans. If your current mortgage rate is over 6%, or if you're in the process with another lender, don't settle. Call Loan Pronto now for a second opinion. Lock a lower rate today and close in as little as 2 weeks, often with no appraisal. And if you act now, you won't make your first payment till February. This 5-minute call saves homeowners an average of $5,000, lower rates and lower fees. So get your Loan Pronto rate quote instantly with no hard credit pull and no upfront fees like those other guys. It's Loan Pronto. Call them at 904-999-1508, or you can visit loanpronto.com. That's Loan Pronto at 904-999-1508, loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, on approved credit, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Your pipes are leaking, don't get nervous. Fa la 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 la. Call Roll and Reach for same-day service. Fa la 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 la. He guarantees your satisfaction. Fa la 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 la. Call Roland and he'll spring into action. Fa la 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 la. This holiday season, if you have a leak and can't wait a week, dial 904-260-7059. And from the Roll and Reach family to yours, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you. For lost or broken keys or nearly any make and model of vehicle, call 722-1111 for Instant Keys locksmith service.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
Jag head coach Doug Peterson expressed one silver lining of the season was the team record in conference play.
We'd be proud. We'd be proud to be 4-2. I think it'd be 3 years in a row.
The Jag head coach also says the disappointing season was a collective effort.
I don't want to put it all on, you don't put it all on the players. You don't put it all on the coaches. I think we're all in this thing together. We got to look at this thing, I think, big picture.
Jaguar center Mitch Morris verified the good vibes after the win against Tennessee and looked ahead to facing Indy.
It was a great experience being in that locker room after a win like that. And then we understand we're going into a hostile environment against a divisional opponent, and we all want to end on a win.
At your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguar Update, I'm Sam Nelson.
XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Oh yeah, gang. Jaguars training camp. Lots of new faces. Got a little ditty about one of the ones we're counting on. Got her back from the bayou, talent so rare. First time saw him running, SEC beware. 7 was his number, big, fast, and lean. Destined for the NFL.
This is Lenny.
Since 16. Leonard makes the crowd roar, leaves defensive backs or Duval destroying at the bank. Oh man, 4-5 in the 40. Jaguars, don't you worry. Get the Super Bowl just as fast as he can.
The pain. It's just so much. It's so painful. I mean, we've given these guys songs. They should run with this.
I'm telling you.
It should inspire them to greatness. I mean, it's hard worky. It ain't easy. A lot of work. A lot of, I got Dickinson doing stuff. I got Elton John's songwriter giving me material. I mean, come on. What's AJ want? Disgraceful. Maybe he understands. He's on the wiggle wheel. AJ, what's up?
Really, man?
Yeah,
That's the type of introduction.
Yeah, because you know what? Because Joe, you pissed me off yesterday.
Whoa,
and so now I'm going to take it out on you. And I know it's not 9 o'clock yet, so I apologize for the language. But this Cam Ward thing was and your coach and your quarterback. It was a disgrace, and the fact that anybody who's related to Miami is going to defend it. There's no defending it. I mean, how can you be a competitor watching your team lose? It's like E said. Even if there's a minute left, all right, I'm going back in. I got to go win this thing.
Yeah.
Put your cape on and go to work.
I agree with you, man. That's why I'm on my way. I'm packing now. I'm on my way home to Miami for a few days, and I need answers.
You got to get some answers.
I need answers now.
Yeah, thank you. How good was that? Bridgewater's team?
Woo. Hey, man, that's the reason why I didn't go home last week, because they waiting on me, bro. They were waiting on me in the 305.
Yeah.
I had a couple of days I was going home for Christmas, and I said, we'll wait a few days.
E, what did they say? It's just different.
It's different down there.
It's just different down there.
It is, man. Being from down there, and I'm trying to let these guys know, man, you got to be locked in. Man.
Yeah.
You can't play around. You got to go down there, and you have to compete at another level. And hopefully next year we get down there, because we're coming back. But they got to understand, It's a little different down there, bro.
Yeah. And that's who you're paired with these days. I mean, you get Reigns draws those Miami schools, like be it whoever it is. I mean, Northwestern or Carroll
or Central.
Yeah, Central. It used to be Carroll City when I was a kid, but I don't know what happened to them. Are they still around? Is Miami Carroll City still around?
Yeah, but they've gone through a few coaches and stuff like that.
Yeah, you got to find the right. Got to find the right. Is Teddy coming back after? Or what's his plan? Is he going to stay in the league now? What's he doing? He's in Detroit.
He said he coming back in February, man. So
okay.
He'll be there for spring football.
He said, I got to go make some serious cash, because the Florida don't pay us any money to coach.
Yeah, man. And, so I'm going to go down there for a few days. And but Miami, come on, man. You can't do stuff like that. You have this quarterback that you're not going to get that type of quarterback.
Better off not playing the game would have been fine. Don't play. And I don't like the kids not playing the bowl games, because they get paid a lot of money now. You got to finish the job. That should be part of the contract, and I thought it was, but apparently it's not. Apparently they still let them all out. Listen, I'll give Ole Miss credit. See who's playing for Ole Miss on Thursday night? Jackson Dart's playing. That guy Nolan, that defensive tackle's playing. Princely's playing. Those guys are all going to be drafted.
Wait till they leave at halftime, E. Wait till Monday's show, Friday's show.
Yeah.
I'm going down there to find out, because I got to be ready for these Gators the first game of the season. And you guys are never letting me off the hook. If you guys come down
we're coming down there.
You guys look good, though. I got to give it.
What's the rumor on the QB? Because it better not be that dude who I watched in the second half.
Oh my God!
You better buy yourselves a quarterback, huh?
We're gonna find one.
Yeah. Yeah, you better. You better go find one. I saw that. Did I see that Air Nolan kid went to South Carolina? I think he did. Don't ask me why he would do that, because South Carolina's a freshman quarterback, but whatevs.
Yeah.
All right,
okay,
AJ.
Guys, I'll talk with you later.
Happy New Year. See you, buddy. There he goes. Kane AJ via Reigns.
Did you?
I was going to say this, by the way. I wanted. We were talking about that kid. What's the kid's name in Detroit? Joseph.
Yeah. Kirby Joseph.
Kirby Joseph, right? And they said, "Oh man,
got his 9th pick last night."
So we looked him up. 3rd round pick, 2022.
Orlando product.
97th overall out of Illinois.
Who did we take that year in round 3?
Round 3, at the top of round 3, we chose to build from inside out with Luke Fortner.
Yeah, Shai, could you put that in your Monday file?
Luke Fortner was.
Could you put it in your Monday file? I know you don't probably watch Monday Night Football, but last night there was a Monday Night Football game. The dude that had 2 picks, 9 this year, going to be first team All-Pro. Yeah, he went some 28 picks after your guy took Luke Fortner.
You know who
was so good you had to go sign an interior lineman for multi-million dollars. Maybe the multi-million-dollar part will get your ear.
You know the 2 players who were taken right before Luke Fortner?
Before or after?
Before.
Okay, well, before.
But nonetheless, James Cook and Nick Bonito. That's the kind of player you can get. You saw what Nick Bonito did with Denver this year?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Well, I don't need to know that. I need there's an All-Pro defensive back that went picks later.
You know who we took after 65? We took Luke Fortner. You know who we took 70th? 5 picks later?
Who's that?
Chad Muma.
How's he doing? Has there been a sighting?
Chad Muma.
Remember Muma showed up like out of hibernation for like 2 or 3 weeks early in the year, mid-year. Remember that?
Yeah.
Has he played again since then?
He played this last week.
last
I'm
week.
sure he was. That's kind of a ironic, sarcastic question.
You know the other 2 linebackers who were taken after Chad Muma in this draft?
Who's that?
Well, Philadelphia has a guy named Nakobe Dean.
I loved him coming out.
And the Bills have a guy named Terrell Bernard.
Yeah. I mean,
both
seriously,
studs.
Shot, put it in your Monday file, dude.
Yeah.
Somebody, Mark.
You know the Bucks took
Call him, please.
You know the Bucks took after that? Rashad White.
And you can't get them all right. That's not the point. But we're getting them so wrong.
So wrong.
Sandwiched on each side with similar position needs that this can't go on.
Yeah.
We could be the Lions right now. We could.
Yeah.
It's just terrible, terrible neglect of the franchise. We have too much. We had too many valuable pieces to have such an unvaluable team. All of these top 3 and 1 and 5 picks, all this money we spent in free agency. Shad, they are burning your money, friend.
Yeah.
They're taking it to the Buckman. They're setting it on fire, and then the ashes are flowing down the St. John's. They're killing your team. Killing them. From 9-8 and a playoff win to 4-12 and can't get out of their own way. With a quarterback now going backwards thanks to his development and leadership among the coaches and talented, instruction that he should be getting.
904, this is The Drill.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
That's right, I'm Tommy Mack, and it's all about Duval and defense. Offense, special teams, baby. Check me out every Friday from 10 to noon on Jaguars Today.
Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson Windows and Doors on 1010XL. Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Have you heard? Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet are aiming to sell 1,000 vehicles this December. How? I've told my team to take all reasonable offers. We won't lose your business over price. With thousands of cars, trucks, and SUVs on the ground, all priced to sell, we guarantee the most money for your trade and the easiest car buying experience ever. I promise we ain't leaving nothing on the table, but you've only got 1 week left. Visit Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine or Beaver Chevrolet in Jacksonville. We're here to wow you.
North Florida is growing with lots of new families joining our community. If you're one of them making the move here, your next move should be a call to American Electrical to create the best home automation system, enhancing your living experience. There are many ways your life can be made easier through smart home technology, voice-activated systems, automated lighting, total house temperature control. With American Electrical, they've got everything you need to automate your home and make it your true oasis. Check out American-Electrical.com. Powered by professionalism and raising the excellence bar.
New and pre-owned firearms are always in stock at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach. Want a new sidearm or rifle? Brands like Kimbar, Smith & Wesson, Sig Sauer, and Beretta. No lines, no hassle. Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
So one of life's most important decisions, if you're 18 years or older, you just got married, you just got divorced, you have children, you likely want to take care of your family. Of course you do. Hicken here from Matt Hinson in the Hinson Law Firm. I'm not the attorney yet. But have you done your last will? It's not the most comfortable thing. It's not the most fun thing to do. Something you need to do besides getting your assets to the people that you want them to go to. Planning helps minimize income, gift, and estate taxes as well. Matt Hinson will listen to help you with some tough decisions. He'll provide you the info needed so you are at ease with your choice. The Hinson Law Firm. You have questions? Maddie's got answers. 904-527-1700. 527-1700. Office in Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
This is Walker Little of your Jacksonville Jaguars for Kingfish Pest Control. I've been a Kingfish customer for a while now and can confirm that their service is incredible. Not only do they protect my family from pests, Kingfish's office staff is the friendliest around. They even email me a photo of the tech before arriving at my home. Kingfish Pest Control is a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Be sure to enter their Swat That Kick sweepstakes for free pest control for 3 years. Go to kingfishpest.com and tell them Walker Little sent you.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist is now offering ortho walk-in appointments. If you have an immediate need for orthopedic care, contact Southeast Orthopedic Specialist immediately. Avoid ERs and urgent care waiting rooms. For more information, go to se-ortho.com.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Tailgate special alert. 3 pounds of marinated chicken, 2 pounds of marinated steak tips, 2 pounds of fresh ground beef, and 2 pounds of homemade sausage for only $80 to feed your crew.
For tasty tips and juicy breasts, choose Southern Steer Butcher.
While other books make promises, MyBookie delivers. ET here at MyBookie. And this holiday season, they're stacking the deck in your favor with 12 days of Christmas now through the 31st. A festive lineup of can't-miss opportunities for bettors to cash in. Risk-free Thursdays, super boosts, and free bets. Weekly casino giveaways with hundreds of winners and thousands of cash prizes. All it takes is a 50-cent spin on slots to enter. With the road to New Orleans, bowl games galore, and a Christmas Day Sports Fest featuring NFL action and an NBA doubleheader, this is your season to win. The 12 Days of Christmas event is live right now. Lock in today. Use my promo code 1010XL with your first deposit, and MyBookie will give you a little extra to start your holiday hot. MyBookie is offering a 50% deposit bonus for 1010XL listeners. Just sign up and use my promo code 1010XL. There's a reason MyBookie has been the go-to for serious bettors for 10 years. Whether it's UFC, NFL, college ball, or the casino, you can bet and win with confidence. Make your holiday season a jolly one with MyBookie. Come on, somebody.
Attention, men and women. If you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Mike from Bay Meadows.
I finally found the most experienced company who could restore my hair. Now I have hair where I had none before.
Results guaranteed. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Find out why you're losing your hair and how to grow your hair back. Call 904-777-IHRS for a limited time free hair and scalp examination.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
Thank you, IHRS.
Thanks, IHRS, for giving me my hair back.
Hurry and receive a free hair and scalp examination and get 2 weeks of laser treatments for free. Call IHRS at 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Hairforme.com.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. During his Monday press conference, Georgia head coach Kirby Smart commented on whether college football needs a commissioner.
I think a commissioner would be a nice thing in theory, but what can they effectively get done if everybody can't agree on something?
A new AP Top 25 poll for men's basketball has been released. While multiple teams moved into or around in the newest update, the Florida Gators remain firm at number 6. The Gators didn't play any significant opponents to boost their rankings since the last poll was announced. Our pro teams around the state in the NHL, the Florida Panthers killed a late power play and then scored into an empty net with 37 seconds left to defeat the New York Rangers. In the NBA, both the Magic and the Heat will play on New Year's Day. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
At 9:11, it's 63 degrees. Your time and your temp is... Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. It's time. Now, it's time for the 9 o'clock nasty on the drill.
We're wasting time.
Here are Jeff Prosser, Dan Hicken, and E.T.
Hey, Yeah. We're gonna promote the nasty? That's right. That's what we happening do. here. What is the worst, is the worst tragedy in sports the Marshall Crash. I know there was one involving like a Brazilian a South American soccer team. Like
crashed in the snow. Some of them lived in the Andes Mountains.
Yeah, but there was like a more famous team in a different crash, not just that one.
There's the one where they ate each other.
There was one where one of the British teams way back in the day, like World War II era times, they went down.
Hamlin was up there, but not as bad as Marshall, probably.
What makes you bring this up?
We almost had one this Friday, and sometimes you just don't know. Like, this was a close call.
I didn't think it was that close.
Yeah.
It looked like the angle.
Yeah, maybe not, because I didn't
You're
go.
talking about Gonzaga?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw the one angle that made it look close, so I didn't look at.
I felt like, I don't know. I felt
but
they
released a report, is what has jogged my memory about it. It was last week, but the FAA. Not a report, but has launched an investigation after a private jet carrying the Gonzaga basketball team nearly crossed a runway as another flight was taking off L.A. on a Friday. Gonzaga perhaps just in a fog after losing to UCLA, I believe, earlier that day. The plane operated by Key Lime Air was ordered by air traffic controllers to stop as a Delta aircraft took off. No one was injured. A plane spotting live stream shows the incident, captured audio of an air traffic controller telling the Key Lime Air flight to stop. That probably adds to what you sense the urgency is.
Yes.
Flight immediately stopped and then proceeded after a few moments. And
I didn't get that. I didn't get that South Korea plane crash thing. It seemed like it. Why would you have they couldn't get their landing gear down, so they slid along the runway, and then they hit the wall, this hard wall, and exploded.
Yeah, why would you have that there?
Yeah, like one or
what's on the other side? Maybe put
it looked like it was a road, but then it's not built right, or you got to veer off into the grass. But I know maybe you can't turn when you have no wheels. I don't know.
Yeah,
what a horrible.
It would seem a good idea to not have a wall anywhere on your run out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, unless it's so far out that this was just. I mean, eventually your runway's going to run out no matter what. I mean, you can't always have a big cushy landing spot, but I see what you're saying. That plane was probably in the air. It was just, but still dumb is what it was.
Yeah. I want you to forget LSU for just a second.
LSU, was I thinking about them?
Yeah, forget it. And I want to tell you this. These little, what do they call them in Louisiana? Parishes?
Parishes, yes.
Parishes?
That's right.
These little towns are all within 120 miles of each other in Louisiana.
Okay.
Harvey, Louisiana. St. Rose, Louisiana, Opelousas, Louisiana, Walker, Louisiana, and then as a bonus, Lafayette, Louisiana. And these are the birthplaces of Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, Brian Thomas Jr., and Malik Neighbors.
Wow.
All within 120. What's in the water?
Wow. Well, and I saw this. I didn't realize this, but going into LSU, Brian Thomas was.
Or is there some Louisianan who's fathered all?
Bebopping around,
120 mile radius.
Check the traveling salesman in that area.
I mean, what's going on here?
Definitely the greatest that never was.
I mean,
yeah, right. Yeah, it was Randy Moss.
Yeah. I mean, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, Brian Thomas Jr., Malik Neighbors are all from Harvey, St. Rose, Opelousas, Walker, and Lafayette, Louisiana.
I was saying, Neighbors and Thomas, this draft class were also the same signing class, and I was kind of surprised. Brian Thomas Jr. was the 5-star. Neighbors was like a 3 or 4.
Oh, okay.
He was Thomas was the higher regarded prospect coming into school. Neighbors, by the way, has been terrific for the Giants. If he was uninjured, he'd probably be even outpacing Brian Thomas.
Well, there's 4 rookies over 1,000 because Ladd McConkey's over 1,000 and Brock Bowers is over 1,000.
Right.
So, I love our guy.
What's great about our guy being so great? He's being great in a year with really good receivers. Dunze and Harrison have been good.
Yeah,
they haven't been great. They've they've been good. I bet you Harrison has 60, 70 catches. He's been injured a little.
You think Harrison has that many?
I think so.
Okay.
I'm going to double check right now.
Yeah, I don't know. I just remember him not doing as much as
I know, but I remember looking this up like maybe a month ago, and it wasn't as far off the pace as I would have thought. Okay. Let's see. Let's go by receptions.
57.
Yeah.
You know what? 57, 822, and 7 touchdowns is pretty good rookie campaign.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, granted, you were the cream of the crop. You were the generational receiver in this class. So,
and he may be. You know what? Maybe next year he takes off. Maybe, so it'll be fun to watch. But just the fact that they're all from Louisiana was
after Amon-Ra's St. Brown's game last night, Brian Thomas Jr. settled in at number 5 in the NFL in receiving yards. The only 4 receivers ahead of Brian Thomas come from the Bermuda Triangle of Louisiana.
Wait a minute,
Chase, Jefferson, Lamb, and, now Brown. Where's he from? Where shouldn't Amon be from Louisiana?
He's a California kid.
I know.
But how about this? just a few more. Cavante Turpin
for the
is
Cowboys.
from Monroe. Odell Beckham is from New Orleans.
You know, good anymore, but
DJ Chark is from Pinefield. Trey Palmer is from Kentwood. Kayshawn Booty's from New Iberia. Terrace Marshall is from Bossier City.
Now, you had me with the first four.
Well, I mean, yeah, but these are all NFL receivers.
Yeah.
From Louisiana.
Yeah.
Jarvis Landry.
Tim Jones on there.
Huh?
Is Jarvis Landry from there also?
Tim Jones on that list. Give me some Elijah Cooks along the way.
Tim Jones. Don't get me started on Tim Jones.
He had a catch the other day.
I know.
Jones to Jones.
Jones to Jones.
Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and then Brian Thomas Jr. Those are your leading receiving yardage totals in the league. Jerry Jeudy's had a good year with Cleveland. 84, 11, 66, 12. 4 touchdowns. Big plays now. We were tracking that last week. Justin Jefferson continues to be the big play guy. 27 to Jamar Chase's 19. Brian Thomas Jr., 16. More than, Amon-Ra, just as many as CeeDee Lamb, more than Jeudy, more than Bowers, more than Smith and Jigba.
Mm-hmm.
Two guys that really, I think, have vaulted themselves this year. Two receivers.
Okay.
Who are going to go to now that 100 catch type guy.
Okay.
In fact, Smith and Jigba will become it this year. He's better than Metcalf.
Yes.
That's Ohio State, by the way. I don't know what about their little triangle, but it's been pretty good. Smith and Jigba, and I'll give you another one. He played last night. Jameson Williams is about ready to settle in to be at least Jordan Addison good.
Real quick, we talked about LeBron. We didn't talk about Tiger. Tiger turned 49 yesterday. But you know who else turned 80-something yesterday? Sandy Koufax.
I would not have known Sandy Koufax were still with us.
Yeah.
80-something is a little younger than I thought he'd be.
I think I read that right.
Played in the 60s. That could be right. 60 years ago would have been his 20, be late 80s.
I think he's 89 maybe. Sandy Koufax, 89 years.
Yeah.
But anyway, just a couple numbers on El Tigre. Just, the greatness of Tiger Woods. Best scored a par in majors from 97 to 09, 70-round minimum. Tiger was minus 134.
Everyone else is over par.
Phil was plus 99.
Yeah.
Only player within 250 strokes.
That's amazing.
Tiger Woods in the majors.
Of all these dominant athletes of this era,
yeah,
only because it's golf do we not maybe put him in that spot.
You want to talk about a year?
But here's the problem. Scheffler's coming in. Ain't nobody coming right after
let's see.
Some of these guys.
How about this one? During the entire 2000 PGA Tour season, Tiger Woods recorded one round higher than 73. First round of the Masters, he shot 75. The field average that day, 75.59. Only one round.
Oh, that 2000, wasn't it like 9 wins that year or 11 wins or something?
In the last 60 years, there are 3 instances of a player winning 5 or more PGA Tour starts in a row. Tiger Woods, Tiger Woods, Tiger Woods.
Yeah,
7, 6, and 5. One more.
Scheffler is, though, I will say this, and again, he's not in Tiger's head. He's the only guy who has withstood any lord of time to make a run at those kinds.
Yeah.
We saw Spieth flare up. You see Jason Day. You see Rory. You see all the. None of them have been. Brooks Koepka. None of them have kept it going. Scheffler is. Just let Scheffler have last year, this year, and next year, and the chase is really on. We're going to have some fun with it.
There are 3 instances in PGA Tour history of a player winning 8 or more times at the same course. Tiger Woods, Bay Hill, Tiger Woods, Firestone, Tiger Woods, Torrey Pines.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just,
horses for courses, as they say.
Yeah.
Of course, Tiger was a horse, could run any course.
Man, dude.
There was no course. No good for that horse.
They had some of the, highlights from the, it's fun to go back and watch, like the one with DeMarco, where Tiger actually bogeyed 17 and 18. He had a 2-shot lead after he chipped in on 16, the famous chip.
Mm-hmm.
He had a 2-shot lead on DeMarco. He went bogey, so they went to the playoff, and then he made a birdie putt on 18 to beat him.
I forget the playoff. I remember making the chip and then winning the tournament.
Yeah.
Although I do recall DeMarco in the playoff, I wouldn't have necessarily even put it against Tiger. I need a pop quiz before we go to break.
Oh, yeah.
Pop quiz music. Pop quiz music. There's different ways to value NFL receivers. Some choose to do it by yards or touchdowns or big plays, yards per game, targets, whatever you want to use. I need you to tell me, however, the 7 NFL receivers that through this first 16 games have at least 100 receptions.
There's 7 who do?
7 guys.
I can get this. I can get close.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 7 guys have at least 100 receptions. Another 3.
Are we counting tight ends?
Yes, everyone. Okay. 96. There are at least 3 more that have at least 96.
All right, I'll guess I know Triple Crown winner Jamar Chase is up there.
Jamar Chase is the number 1 with 117 catches. He also has 161 targets. Believe it or not, there's somebody with more targets than Jamar Chase.
Yeah, you said that. We said that yesterday. I know Amon-Ra St. Brown because of last night.
He's up to 109 now, 109. That's 1 and 2, by the way. You're going in order.
I know Brock Bowers.
108, again in order, 108. There was one on here that I expected.
Oh, I know. Because you talked about it yesterday. We were surprised. Malik Neighbors.
104. There's one guy on here that I think you might not get, and then another guy who is in that realm but doesn't feel like he had that kind of year. So that's where we are.
Can I bring in my guy E here for some help?
Sure, you can. Yeah.
Holla at me.
As long as no one's looking at resource material.
No. E, do you have anybody like JJ? Do you think he's at a hundo?
I don't think so.
Okay. What about Jackson Smith?
And Jigba.
Yeah. What about your Seattle guy?
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Okay. Well, hell, you got a name then?
No, I don't know, but I don't think he got that type of volume.
What about oh boy.
All right, I'll give you one hint. Let's get some hints here. There's another tight end on the list who's 4th, tied with Neighbors with 104. Another tight end on the list. Brock Bowers has 108. There's a tight end with 104.
I think
104 and
Kelsey doesn't got 100, does he?
Yeah. No. Is it Kittle? What you think about Kittle?
No, I don't think Kittle's not a volume.
Okay.
I don't think Kittle's more of a
yards.
Yeah, but he's not a volume. And he had a good year. Touchdowns. I bet he
76 and over 1,000 yards
for Kittle.
Okay. He's the biggest. He's the biggest big play guy, but he's not at 100.
Big play.
I don't know.
You mentioned a couple that are wrong, like you thought might not be and is, and you thought is and isn't. If that helps.
Okay, so one of the guys.
Tight end. Go tight end though. I got to know the tight end. You got to. There's really only 2 or 3 to choose from here.
Kelsey.
Yeah, you got off of Kelsey too fast, but he is 97. That's not the answer.
Oh.
The answer is a guy who's had what feels like a down year.
Okay.
Because so much was expected of him. And part of it is, if you watched the game the other night, they pointed out he finally scored a touchdown. Trey McBride.
Oh, yeah.
Trey McBride has 104 catches.
Wow.
It's a lot more than I would have thought.
What about CD?
CD has 101.
Okay.
And then there is...
That's a good year for
you have one guy who you said you don't think so, who actually does have 100. Exactly 100.
So it's probably in Jigba.
No.
What'd you say before him?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, in Jigba.
JJ. Justin Jefferson.
Damn it, E. That's your fault.
Kelsey has 97. The guy having a bad year... Garrett Wilson, 97, 1,053.
Yeah, I don't get the whole...
I don't either. He's good. Get him on a team. Let him be the alpha.
Why is he so upset?
Because they went and got another alpha, Dan. They're getting their feelings now, man. I'm your guy or I'm not.
That's A-Rod's
and
best
that's A-Rod's guy.
Yeah.
That's correct. Smith and Jigma has 96, and then there's only one other guy with at least 90, Drake London. He's had a nice year for him.
All right, we got to grab a break. Keep it rolling right here. This is The Drill on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
In every game, there's a limited number of drives.
On fast, here we go.
And there's only one drive of the game.
That's a good old-fashioned rear end whipping.
Listen for the Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville drive of the game on 1010XL. The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to website CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
Open enrollment is here, so it's time to secure health coverage for your family. Whether you need Affordable Care Act plans, dental, or Medicare, contact Florida First Insurance Group on University Boulevard, an award-winning Florida Blue agency well known for providing superior service. Theo Mitchelson and his team at Florida First make the process easy and stress-free with medical and dental insurance you can count on. Plus, listen to this. Based on eligibility, many people pay absolutely nothing for coverage. Contact Theo Mitchelson and the Florida First Insurance Group today and let your health be their priority. And a reminder for Florida Blue members, visit Sanitas Medical Center with 3 locations in town offering primary care, walk-in services, and on-site pharmacy and mental health support. SANITAS Medical Center, Florida First Insurance Group, and Sanitas Medical Center, a winning team in Northeast Florida.
Attention golfers, Hidden Hills Golf Club is an attractive destination for golfers all over the Southeast. You too will enjoy our classic Arnold Palmer design that will test your game and keep you coming back. Book a tee time at hiddenhillsgc.com.
Get fishing tips and stories from Captain Kevin
Bite's gonna pick up pretty soon.
on the Ring Power Fishing Forecast Show. Brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
Whoa! Thursday nights at 6.
On 1010XL AM.
Florida's weather is unpredictable. Don't let the Epic Chill catch you off guard. For reliable heating services, call Epic Cool Heating and Air. Keep your home cozy all season long. Call 904-859-EPIC, 904-859-3742.
Hey everybody, Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods. Dandy subs and sandwiches. Look, we always want you to think about those great options as you're driving around Duval. But the beauty is, even as I'm dropping pounds, Dandy's got great options for me as well. Told you all about their protein packs, delicious salads that they have out there. They have fruit cups for on the go. You know what they have. Veggie snack trays. You can grab those on the go as well. Perfect, healthy snack. Dandy is the name to know when you're on the go. So stop into a Gate store anywhere around Duval and make yours a dandy. And do it today.
Spend lunchtime with the ladies.
Hey, where's your sense of adventure?
They don't cook, but they serve up spicy sports talk.
Sure, it's on the menu.
Helmets and heels.
That is a meal.
Switched on by First Coast Lighting and Fans. On 1010XL.
Get off the ladder and put on the helmet with Gutter Helmet of North Florida. We are family owned and manufactured locally. Cleaning your gutters is a dangerous and dirty job. That's why with Gutter Helmet, you'll never clean your gutters again. Water goes in your gutters while trash and debris go on the ground. It won't collect like filters do. Gutter Helmet protects. Call now for 10% off and a free gutter cleaning and tune-up with your purchase of Gutter Helmet. Call 904-762-7779.
Hey folks, Dave Binion here with Zero Res. At Zero Res, we love rugs. We will treat your fine Oriental rugs with the tender and loving care they deserve. Gerard, the Zero Res rug manager, is one of the few certified master rug cleaners in Florida. If you want your rugs cleaned with tender loving care, call Zero Res. Right now, get your rugs washed and we will give you 25% off. Zero Res, spell forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
Now, the Randy Marion Cadillac Drive of the Game. Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville. Drive to the game in luxury with Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville.
The duo of Mac Jones and Brian Thomas Jr. brought the magic when the teal and black needed it most, and also made it look effortless. Thanks to a 16-play sequence capped off by a Brian Thomas Jr. touchdown, Jacksonville would take a 20-10 lead with 7:05 left in the fourth. The 74-yard drive is your Randy Marion Cadillac Drive of the Game.
Hey, John, are you a small business owner looking to make the most of your investments?
Absolutely. And now is the time to take advantage of some incredible tax deductions.
You can qualify for a 2024 tax deduction for up to 60% of the purchase price of a brand new Cadillac.
Think Escalade, Lyric, Optic XT5, and XT6.
We have over 100 in stock at Randy Marion Cadillac, Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville. It's the perfect time to upgrade your business fleet.
This is not tax advice. Consult with your tax advisor for further details and to determine eligibility, plus tax tag title $8.99 admin fee and resist all and approved credit.
Frank Franzi here for Stanley Pools. You know, pool design has come a long way, and if your pool is outdated, Stanley Pools specializes in bringing older pools up to date for the whole family to enjoy. That's why I did it a few years ago, and man, I love the way my pool looks now after we added travertine pavers and so much else. Stanley Pools has been serving our community since 1988, so call them today at 269-7277 or find them online at stanleypoolsfl.com. That's Stanley Pools, a family tradition of fine swimming pools.
While other books make promises, MyBookie delivers. E.T. here for MyBookie. In this holiday season, they're stacking the deck in your favor with 12 days of Christmas now through the 31st. A festive lineup of can't-miss opportunities for bettors to cash in. Risk-free Thursday, Super Boost, and free bets. Weekly casino giveaways with hundreds of winners and thousands in cash prizes. All it takes is a 50-cent spin on slots to enter. With the road to New Orleans, bowl games galore, and Christmas Day sports feast featuring NFL NFL action and an NBA doubleheader. This is your season to cash in. The 12 Days of Christmas event is live right now, so don't wait. Lock in today. Use my promo code 1010XL for your first deposit. And MyBookie will give you a little extra to start the holiday hot. MyBookie is offering a 50% deposit bonus for 1010XL listeners. Just sign up using my promo code 1010XL. Whether it's UFC, NFL, college ball, or the casino, you can bet and win with confidence. Make your holiday season a jolly one with MyBookie. Come on,
1010XL
somebody.
is presented by Farrah and Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Please don't stop the music.
Good. Yeah. E sent us a fine graphic yesterday, and shame on us. We should have referenced it at the time, but it's kind of an interesting note of where you stack up the ebbs and flows of the National Football League. It's the last time each team finished last in their division. First thing that jumps out at me, here are the Minnesota Vikings at 14-2 and playing for top seed in the NFC. They were last in the NFC North last year. Isn't that amazing? You want to talk about worst to first? That's worst to like top seed, perhaps. What?
Changed quarterback and went from worst to first in an unbelievably tough division.
And changed a perfectly serviceable quarterback. Less than that. I mean, Kirk Cousins, fair to say, was an all-star level quarterback with the Vikings during his time there. Very productive.
Yeah.
So that game will be the Sunday night game. 2-14 win teams. The Lions are the home team. Detroit finished off a undefeated road schedule last night. But I'm looking. So there's that. But this is what's amazing, man. You want to the team. I know you know the answer, but let's just marvel for a second at the last time the Pittsburgh, another tough division. Although you did have the advantage of the Browns being there all those years. The last time the Pittsburgh Steelers finished last in their division, 1988. It's been almost 40 years since the Steelers had a last-place team.
Good gosh.
And by the way, before 88, once you get to about 1972, the Steelers are a contender just about every year from there through the mid-'80s. They have not been in last place since 1988. We weren't even in the league yet. You know how many last place finishes the Jaguars have since 95?
Out of 30? How many?
12, maybe? I don't know for sure.
I bet more than that.
Well, our last one is 2021, and we're not going to have one this year. So they're probably, we've had a lot of bad years, but we've also been in a bad division with bad teams. Tennessee's been bad at times. The Indy's been 1-15 one year. It's a sorry division.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing that's going to keep us having from a large total. But the Steelers, it's 1988 since they finished last. Second longest is also impressive, 2005. So 20 years since Green Bay was last in their division.
One. Now, we were in a 6-team division a couple years.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, before they...
You're right. It's not as bad. 2, 3...
Well, we're going to get hot here.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 times.
That's about right. 9 or 10.
A third.
But
Now,
then again, that's last.
Yeah,
We've
that's
had it
last.
9 times since 95.
Now, how many times have we been first? Would you like to answer that question? What are we at, like
I'm gonna
4?
I'm going to say
4 times.
Yeah, I'm going to say 4 because
And
they
two
were,
of them,
they were wild cards in the
98, 99.
Yeah.
98, 99, 2022, and 2017.
Yeah.
That's it. 4 times.
4 division championships in 30 years.
And 9 last place finishes.
And another 3 or 4 playoff appearances, 5 maybe. Wild cards. One thing about the Jags is they do fare well in the postseason when we can make it. We win playoff games.
We are trending downward. 22 first, 23 second, 24 third. Next year, DAL.
Oh, no.
Can't do it again.
We should have gone DAL this year so we could follow the Vikings format and bounce back to, a 14-win team.
Oh, God.
How much fun it must be in Detroit, Minnesota these days. 14 wins, riding high. Man, I saw this because I was watching.
So who's gonna cost the Vikings or the Lions? Is it Dan Campbell on a 4th down, or is it Sam Darnold throwing a bad pick
in this Sunday night game?
Well, let's just start with that one.
I think that it's more likely that Sam Darnold, because he's going to have a lot more opportunities to throw that bad pick than Dan Campbell's going to have 4th downs.
Oh, Dan Campbell go for it about 5 times a game.
Yeah, and Darnold's going to throw it 35, so
yeah,
30 more chances to really lose a game. So I don't trust Dan Campbell. This maybe he'll change it in the postseason. But look, even last night in the game you want to win, I saw early it was 7-0. Maybe he's going for it 4th and 5 at the 45.
Yeah, I know.
What are you doing, dude?
He's a nut.
Now they converted.
Yeah.
Again, credit Ben Johnson draws up a play where Laporta's wide open on a 4th and 5.
Hey, you're still if you voted for MVP, you'd vote for Lamar, right?
Yeah, I'm voting for Lamar.
Okay, let me see if I can sway you. The Bills have beaten the 15-1 Chiefs and the 14-2 Lions. That's the first team in NFL history to beat two 14-plus win teams in a season. Josh Allen, 747 yards, 6 touchdowns, just 1 turnover in those games.
Here's the interesting.
Do anything for you?
Nope.
Okay.
I tell you what's so interesting this year in this MVP talk is it's been the first time in a while that we're settling on a guy who is not hanging with the statistical leaders at the position. Josh Allen is 10th in passing yards, touchdown passes. Josh Allen is 6th. Now he's been very efficient, but 10th in yards. 6th in touchdowns, passer rating 7th, QBR 3rd. But, I mean, he's behind Jackson and Burrow in every category, yet I feel like he's the front runner. And I think it's for the first time we were taking into account what he's dealing with to have his team where they are. I mean, they got rid of everyone and then dealt with injury issues on the defensive side of the ball. They played the first half of the game without Milano. And it wasn't just Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis and turning those roles over to either journeyman or rookie in Keon Coleman's case. But they also lost a lot of that defense. Remember, one of the corners, 2 of the safeties. So Josh Allen was the glue that kept that together. Josh Allen has 40 touchdowns for the 4th straight years, or it's either the 4th or 6th straight year, and it's never happened. He also has the most wins in the first 6 years of any quarterback in the history of the league. Yeah, so we're looking past, I guess, in the era of fantasy football and analytics and statistical prowess. We're ultimately the MVP could be won by a guy who's just 7th or 8th among the those fantasy football stats that.
When you search for a head coach, Jeff, I'm big on give me a guy who has won everywhere.
Okay.
And I think this was further exemplified by Jim Harbaugh this year. Jim Harbaugh goes to the San Diego Chargers of Los Angeles and took a 5-12 football team and made them 10-6 with 1 game to go. Jim Harbaugh went to the San Francisco 49ers in 2010 and took a 6-10 football team and went 13-3.
Wow. That's first year results.
First year.
Yeah.
Jim Harbaugh in 2014 went to Michigan, 5-7 football team and went 10-3. Jim Harbaugh even took a 1-11 Stanford team and went 4-8. My point is that guy.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely established.
That is something.
And listen, I thought he was a good coach before. I thought he's squirrely. I didn't think he would win at Michigan. I didn't.
Right.
But I didn't think he was a terrible coach.
Yeah.
And now I think he's a great coach. I've really done about 1-8. I still think he's weird, but whatever. I accept that weirdness a lot better at the NFL level. I don't like a guy coming in, taking college kids to the Parthenon. It annoys me.
John Frisella, NFL writer and insider, has sort of retweeted Forbes' report. Ben Johnson to the Jaguars, the worst kept secret in the NFL. It's a done deal. Be one of the line executives or Ben's pick for GM. 7 years, $80 million. Even threw numbers at us now.
Okay. I'll pit now. You remember?
By the way, if Sean's been doing this quietly, good for him.
Yeah, listen.
It's fine with me.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you remember you used to ask me to help GoFundMe the Gators?
Yeah.
I'll GoFundMe that $7.90. I'll do that one. I'm reminded on the text line, I'm talking about those tragedies we mentioned. I knew there was an English soccer team, one of the biggest brands in soccer. Manchester United had a plane crash in 1958. 23 died in that one. So let's come back, put a wrap on 2024, I suppose.
What?
Listening to the drill.
Catlin
Truck Accessories Tuesday.
Acquaintance be forgot. What is an old acquaintance?
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods rods to fishing rods. Compare prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
I've known Glenn Cohen for a long time as a friend and a lawyer. Persistent and fair, Glenn and his firm have represented clients from North Florida and South Georgia for over 40 years in all kinds of personal injury cases. If I had such a case, call Glenn at Barnes & Cohen.
I'm Ben from Beard's Diamonds. My father and I buy our stones direct from the diamond cutters. No middleman, no big company overhead, no commission salespeople, and we pass the savings on to you. Before you buy anywhere else, remember, Beard's Diamonds will beat any competitor's price.
In the St. John's Town Center or at beardsdiamonds.com.
Hey, Hicken here, or just call me Dreamfinders Danny. For a limited time to ring in the new year, Dreamfinders Homes is offering an amazing 4.99% fixed interest rate. Now's your chance to lock down that rate and get in the game. You heard me right. It's 4.99 fixed interest rate on select move-in ready homes. Visit dreamfindershomes.com for sales event information and get in the game. Interest rate available on select move-in ready homes. Restrictions and limitations apply. Go to dreamfindershomes.com for more details.
Hi, this is Dave Barker. Multi-unit hair grafting is now available at IHRS and can give you 3 times more hair in one procedure over a traditional hair transplant.
Multi-unit hair grafting gave me more hair in one procedure and within my budget.
You can grow your hair back with this exclusive new procedure. Call for a free evaluation. Call IHRS 904-777-IHRS 777-IHRS 777-4477.
Mia here. Since 1982, Closets by Design has specialized in creating dream spaces for every budget. My designer, Frances, made the process so easy. She came to my house and designed a walk-in closet that's not only beautiful, but incredibly functional for me and Beau Valentine. Call today to schedule your free in-home consultation at 800-293-3744 or visit closetsbydesign.com. And be sure to check out their end-of-year sale, including 18-month special financing. Closets by Design.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On December 31st, 1967, the Oakland Raiders dominated the Houston Oilers 40-7 to claim their first AFL championship and a Super Bowl berth.
Hicken here for Bound 9 Associates, where you'll find Jacksonville's most esteemed eye doctors at each of their locations. After being selected for one of the most competitive ophthalmology fellowships in the world, Dr. Frank Bowden is frequently called upon for his expert opinion. He is currently one of the few cornea and external disease specialists in the area and the founder of Bound 9. Visit Bound 9 Associates today and experience the difference. Bound 9 Associates, keeping the First Coast focused.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville. And Greg, when you start to shift from warmer weather into some cooler weather, you can get on the road. What has Honda got to offer?
Honda's got a bunch of great bikes. They've got the new e-clutch technology, which means you can ride without using your clutch.
And I love the fact you can go automatic on a bike, which was unheard of for a while.
It was for a long time, and Honda has mastered it.
You can log on, cyclesofjacksonville.com, see all they have to offer, or drop by the showroom. They're on Atlantic near Regency. That's Cycles of Jacksonville.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Instant Keys saves the day if you have lost or broken keys. They can program new keys and remotes for nearly every make and model of vehicle at a fraction of the dealership cost. Fast, honest, and reliable locksmith service. Call 722-1111.
Instant Keys. Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Mia here. When it comes to roofing, whether it be shingles, metal, or most repairs, there is one name that has protected your home since 1999. Pro-Jax Roofing. Serving all of Northeast Florida, Mike and his guys have been repairing and replacing roofs for 25 years. Need insurance help? Mike's team can help. Raised in a military family, Mike provides great attention to detail with unparalleled quality and workmanship. They also have warranties, so you can have peace of mind. Call Mike today for a free estimate or online at projaxroofingfl.com.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
Jaguars head coach Doug Peterson gave an injury update on Monday afternoon, beginning with offensive lineman Brandon Sheriff.
Brandon came out just because he had on one of the screen passes there. He just re-aggravated his shoulder that's been kind of bothering him all year. So he came out for a couple of plays, and then the other time he came out, the bridge of his nose was cut. and was bleeding, so he had to come out to get that dressed and fixed before he could go back in the game. Everybody else came out relatively clean, just our normal bumps and bruises. Actually, quite honestly, knock on wood, one of our healthier games.
Doug Peterson, courtesy of Jaguars.com, with your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguars update. I'm Andrew Gibson.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the cool down from the cool guys at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Fast, reliable, and honest service since '87.
All right, we're going to cool down and get on out of here and wish everybody a happy new year, happy 2025. It's amazing that we are rolling on here and heading into this century is a quarter century old now. Wow.
Hey, we have a birthday shout out here to start the new year. I mean,
sweet Lydia?
Guggen's asked. Can I get a quick shout out to Lydia for her 20th birthday? So,
yeah, heck yeah, Lydia.
Guggen may be listening. Hopefully, Guggenella Lydia is listening as well.
Yes.
Because here it is.
Yeah. Happy birthday.
Whole world ahead of you. 20 years old today.
Oh, 20. Lydia, I just want one bit of advice. Mm-hmm. If you ever meet Friday, get away from her.
Yeah, and I also assume that poor Lydia was...
She's bad news.
Well, no. Lydia... Friday. I think Lydia was probably like a prisoner in the backseat to Dad listening to the drill going to school all those years. So,
yeah. So she at least deserves
profound interest.
And with that, and let's be honest too, it's a tough time to have a birthday.
Hey, you get screwed.
You got Christmas, and then you got New Year's, and how many birthday parties you having on New Year's Eve in your life? By the way,
a lot.
So there you go, Liz. Appreciate you. All right, everybody, and enjoy the weekend. We're going to cool down with it. I'm going to cool down with something you dropped on me. I had no idea, but we were talking about running into the sheriff at the game a few times, and what a fan he is of sports and of the radio station as well. And didn't realize his background with, well, I guess now former NBA head coach Mike Brown.
Yeah, he can tell you the story, but I knew they. I think they grew up together. He was his best friends, and they've obviously kept in touch through the years.
Mike Brown coached LeBron a couple times, no?
He did.
Both places.
Mike Brown's a good coach.
Yeah, he's a very good coach.
Yeah.
Sacramento. That's why you're the Kings, I guess, because he was coach of the year last year.
Yeah, well, I think he was. Just
very strange.
Very strange. They got some. I mean, they got good players.
Which of are you just? I know you got to work tonight, so that kind of takes away from you just settling in and watching football. But, man, over the course of these next few days, I'm looking forward to cold weather, a fireplace, and some good sudden death football.
I said last week, really as we headed into the weekend, Friday, man, we are chock full of really good football for the next. We've had to suffer this year here in Jacksonville.
It really started with the playoff in the middle of last week.
Yeah.
With those first
so, I mean, you got just games galore here with college, and obviously the wild card weekend is coming up fast, and we got a Sunday night Minnesota-Detroit, man.
With two 14
we got games.
Teams.
We got games on Saturday. We got the AFC North games on Saturday this week.
I have a question for you.
And, of course, the Friday 5-pack decider. So it's all coming into fruition.
If the Bengals play, we can all agree, if you're a contender in the AFC, of the Dolphins, Broncos, and Bengals, the one team you'd probably rather not be in there would be Cincinnati.
I agree.
And I know you can't change all kinds of strategies. Cincinnati plays on Saturday. So they get a head start on, say, the Chiefs.
Okay.
So if Cincinnati wins on Saturday and you're the Chiefs, are you now just willing to concede and lose, or would you rather beat the...
Well, I mean,
would you rather, knock them out of the...
Well... I don't know that answer, but I
lay down, I guess is what I'm saying.
I think the Chiefs are already planning on not playing their starters.
Yeah.
A great deal. I think I'm pretty sure it's at Denver, right?
Yes.
And then, by the way, if Miami beats the Jets, they're in over the Bengals, too.
Yeah, I tell you what, Miami at the Jets, that's not a guaranteed win at all.
No.
Miami's no good.
Tua's banged up.
And Jets are at home.
Waddle wasn't playing.
It's going to be 33 degrees. Gosh knows the Dolphins can't play if it's cold.
I heard somebody say that Tyreek Hill's, it might have been Mike Dempsey. Tyreek Hill he had an 80-yarder against us week 1, and like his longest catch the whole rest of the year is like 30 yards or something. Like he hadn't gotten deep like he normally does. But we're out of here. So Happy New Year, everybody.
For sure.
Best wishes.
Take it
Enjoy your
easy out there
family.
tonight. Don't drink and drive.
They always
Just
do
do the
now.
designated driver. Just, hang out.
E, my best to you. Gritty.
For sure.
Thank you for singing this song. What is Old Lang Syne, E? It's neither old or is it Lang. What does it mean?
Oh, no.
All Lang Syne? I thought that's something you should know, or at least make up. Science
It's a Scottish phrase for
Aaron
good
Go
times
Bra.
for all.
All right. See you in 2025.